Mhm.
People, tonight we are going to be playing some D&D like I've promised in like 4 of my last videos. So we're going to start off by everybody just telling us a little bit about your character, and then we're going to go into a little bit of where you're at and go from there. Let's start. We're right in the middle there, Mr. James. What do you got?
Okay, my character's name is Yakus Furnick, Dragonborn Bard. You know, he grew up in, his clan was primarily, like, he was taught to be very, very religious, and his clan were primarily like clerics and paladins seeking to serve Bahamut. And he just didn't take to it as well. He would rather read books and tell stories and make songs and all that. So he was directed to the priests of Halal, the draconic goddess of humor and basically bard stuff. And it was in the hopes that those energies would be channeled towards making like epic songs that would inspire future paladins. Instead, he liked to make like dirty limericks, bawdy songs that he would definitely never play in front of his mother. And often, and even more insulting songs. Like one that got him in trouble was one where a paladin was constantly harassed by a miniature hellhound. So imagine a big holy warrior being chased by an evil chihuahua. And through sneaking away from home, going out of town, visiting very less reputable places, and getting involved with less reputable women. He ultimately ended up leaving his clan behind because he met up with the wrong women and some bad things happened. And traveling across the sea, he met a few friends who, helped him grow up, and he learned a lot of life skills and was able to get a lot of stories traveling with them.
All right. And that brings us to where we are. And then John, what are you playing? Who are you playing?
Durg is a Ranger Rogue blend. Found a pretty good picture for him, actually. He grew up in Neverwinter. His earliest memories are of being in an orphanage, as a great many half-orcs wind up, from which he ran away when he was probably 8 or 9. Kind of ineffectually pickpocketed or stole food from market stalls for a while until he saw a reward for everybody's first quest, which is killing rats. He was pretty good at it, so he kind of scaled up from there, and now he's sort of a bounty hunter / ranger who mostly goes after stuff in the wilds, of higher caliber now, like orcs, kobolds, goblins, all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much his life. He doesn't have a home. He has a horse. That's about it.
All righty. And then in this order right here on screen, we have Stian up next. Tell us about Stian.
All right. Well, I kind of like to play as a slightly less intelligent version of myself, a barbarian character. So my backstory is, hailing from the frozen wildlands, Stian, the Shieldbreaker, is a barbarian from a tribe of wildmen who live a primitive lifestyle in houses made from the bones of mammoths and use stone tools made from rock and antler. People are renowned for their mysterious ways and foreboding stature and violent yet stoic disposition.
All righty. And then you've been traveling up through we're all starting level 12. So have you been with a party or you've been knocking heads solo?
I'm going to say that I spent a bit too much time at the meat hall and don't exactly remember how I got to where I am.
That does make a little bit of sense there. All righty. Last up, we have Miss Sarah.
I am a wood elf who is also a druid. I was found in the forest, abandoned at birth. A mystery surrounds why I was abandoned. The druids raised me, and I have their unique ability for searching for knowledge. Um, if I do not know something, I know exactly where I can find it. Um, and I also have the unique ability to tell people's secrets by surmising and intuition of them. I'm not really sure why I got here, but it's part of my journey to seek knowledge and answer the question of where I came from.
All righty. Perfect. So we're going to start a little bit here with going into it. As I said, with all of you all, you are sitting in sitting or standing in what looks to be like a welcome room or like a green room that could be like backstage somewhere. There's couches and chairs and tables everywhere. And perhaps there's a bucket with some ice and some champagne. You never know. There's some hors d'oeuvres over on a table. You hear a lot of ruckus outside, and you just sounds like a crowd roaring. And then we're going to roll here and find out if there's any information you guys know about how you got here or why you're here. So we're going to start there with Yakis, and he got a 4. So with that, you actually know exactly why you're here. You were approached, whether it be in an inn or wherever you were staying, you were approached by this little 3-foot tall, waddling, mechanical creature. Looked kind of like a gnome. But he comes up to you, and while you're drinking, kind of minding your own business, and turns to you and says, I have a proposition for you. You're going to come visit a faraway place. There's glory at store. There's many riches and pleasurable things. You're going to come and you're going to be there. You don't know when. He's stroking his beard, but you can see it's entirely made out of metal. He's solid gold, and he has clothes designed into the metal, but it's all one like color shine, made out of the same thing, but it's all like curved up. And anytime he moves, like to stroke his beard, you kind of hear little creaks and such. Like maybe he needs a little WD-40. You're gonna come and you won't know when, but I promise it to be worth your while. And for whatever reason, you don't actually know why, it sounds like a good idea. So you decide that you're going to go along with it. He gives you a coin, and all it is it's a gold coin about the size of a $50. On one side is a cog, and on the other side is a picture of like a robot looking thing. It would specifically be the what we had for the logo from the video I did, our trailer for it. If I could find it real quick, it was the Clank Arena logo. It had that well, it had that robot on the other side. Let's see here. I can get that up. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't say the word Clank Arena, but on the one side of the coin is a gold clog, and on the other side is this robot-looking thing. And he gives that to you and just tells you to hold on to it, and everything will be okay. And for some reason, you decided you needed to go along with it. Um, and next up, we'll go with Durg. He rolls. I get a 3. So, Durg, you actually have a very similar situation, but in that you do kind of know a little bit, or actually, rather, you know a little bit more. So you have this very same gnome approached you, but interestingly enough, you were out in the woods tracking down an escaped prisoner that you were trying to get catch and turn in for a bounty. And you turned a corner going through the woods, and there stood this little 3-foot tall gold metallic gnome looking thing. Based on your 12th level, you probably didn't get too much of a spook, but it definitely is an interesting sight in the middle of the woods. And however the conversation began, he turns to you and he tells you, in 2 days' time, you're going to wake up and you're going to be standing in the waiting room outside the arena. There will be many creatures for you to slay, many things to stick your arrows in, and you are going to win it all. You're going to be the champion if you have what it takes.
What's the pay?
What's the pay? Well, the pay is probably more than you could even imagine. The pay will be a crystal bigger than you've ever seen. A crystal that glows purple and blue and green and shimmers in the moonlight, shimmers in the starlight. You will never see anything like it, but it will be yours. And for whatever reason, it seems to make sense. He seems to be telling the truth. Any intuition you have tells you might as well go along. It's worth. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to wake up in 2 days' time, and this little gnome is going to be full of lies. He tells you can carry on about your business. Just keep a hold of this coin, and gives you the very same coin that he gave to Yakus. And in 2 days' time, well, I think we know the rest of that story, where you end up. Miss Bridget.
Fair enough.
And you got the 1. You have no idea why you're here. You don't have a clue where you're at. You fell asleep one evening, and when you woke, you were laying on a couch in a green room with a bunch of strange-looking bedfellows. Strange little people in the room. Alrighty, so that was easy. And then I guess that leaves, and I actually, y'all will never believe it, but I legitimately rolled 4, 3, 1, 2. They were all different numbers, which is great because that means everybody has a little something different. Stian, you were actually in the middle of a drinking contest at a mead hall, and this dwarf had challenged you to a contest, and you were you were on your 5th drink, chugging drink after drink, and at the bottom of the 5th one, you get the last dregs out of the stein, and you start choking. You cough, and you're like beating on your chest. You can't breathe. And all of a sudden you cough into your hands, and you have a coin standing in your hands. A cog on one side, a little robot thing on the other. And as soon as you touch it in your hands and you realize what happened, you realize that it's a coin. Like it took you 10, 15 seconds to process it. That it's actually some coin because it's no money that you've ever seen before. You go to like bite it, check if it's real, and as soon as you do, you start getting fuzzy and lightheaded, and you start fading out. Like you can see your hand and you're fading, and you don't see yourself anymore. Like you can see through part of your hand, and as you start rematerializing, you're standing there in this green room. So you see the four of you are standing there. This is right after you landed. You're still asleep, Bridget, laying on the couch. Stian, you're just now materializing, and Yakis and Gerd, you had a very similar situation to Stian in that you were dematerializing, but you both had to do a little bit of something was going on. You were even reluctantly thinking the gnome was lying. When it starts happening and you start dematerializing, you come to the realization, I guess that little shit wasn't full of shit after all. And you guys all materialized at the same time, all four of you. But Bridget's laying there asleep on the couch, just like she was on her bed, while the other three of you are standing there. Stian, you're still kind of have the coin in your hand, looking at your other hand that disappeared, while the other two, Durg and Yakus, the coin's probably in your pocket or in your bag. And you materialize in the room. What's up?
Dirk looks all over the place and says, "Where the fuck is my horse?"
You do
Or
not
is it
see
there?
him in the room.
Yakis
Dude.
he's just gonna start jiggling the tambourine that he was messing with. Go and look around. You said Bridget's asleep.
She is.
Yeah.
And
Go probably jiggle it and be like, I don't know. Ask her. It looks like she lives here.
Can I make a perception check?
sure. If perception be trying to perceive your surroundings or anything
Exactly.
there.
Trying to figure out what is going on. So let's see. Wisdom. What die is that?
D20, just like everything.
All right. I rolled a 9.
And what's your perception modifier?
It's 12. I believe.
Plus 4 to a 12?
No, sorry. Plus 2. So that would be
10.
11.
11? 9?
11,
Okay.
11, dirty 11.
All righty. So you're looking around and you see pretty much exactly what I've described. You see a lot of stuff you've never seen before, realistically. These are very luxurious couches. Not like maybe like rich noble, but these are not wooden benches that you would see at a mead hall. They are like plush couches and such. And there's tables with some decent woodworking done to it. There is a bucket with a bottle with a cork on it sitting on one of the tables. You do recognize what a bottle of some kind of booze is, even if you may not have ever had the bubbly. But you recognize, you see these folks, this half orc with a quiver of arrows and a bow and probably various other weapons on him, and a strange looking dragonborn with a bagpipe and all kinds of other random instruments stuck about. And sleeping, you have this wood elf, this elven creature laying there. She's got kind of, I'd imagine bits of plants and other doodads and such stuck in various places. Looks like she's probably a little dirty, lived out in the woods. Your kind of people, maybe, but a little frail looking for anybody you've ever tussled with.
All right. Well, true to my nature, I'm going to pop the cork out of that bottle of champagne and attempt to wake up the sleeping elf.
All right, roll a dexterity check for me.
Okay.
So you'd be adding your dexterity, just your dexterity modifier to it, which I think is a +2, if I'm not mistaken.
It's +3 on my screen.
Okay.
Okay. 13, so dirty 16.
All righty, 16. You are successfully able to pop that cork without breaking the bottle. It didn't take you much finagling to twist it and move it around. And you're high enough that you're actually able to, whether you knew it or not, you're able to aim that cork a little bit. Where's the cork flying?
I'm going to say ceiling or in the general direction of the couch where the elf is passed out on.
Well, those are two very different things.
Ricochet.
You picking one? Are you picking one of those two?
Bounce off the ceiling to land on the elf.
I'm doing everything I can to wake the elf up.
Okay, I mean, you got this sleeping elf, and you're like, hey, what are you sleeping for?
Are there cups?
What?
Are there cups?
Yeah, there's like champagne flute looking things. They're made out of pewter. Sitting next to the bucket with the ice. But Bridget, you kind of get startled awake a little bit. This cork comes flying out and hits. It doesn't necessarily hit you, or it may hit you, but it doesn't kind of just bounces off either your clothing or the cushion next to you. But it's enough vibration to kind of shudder you a little bit, and you kind of wake up, not in a startle or anything, but you just kind of groggily wake up like you just woke up, and you see all of this and none of where you were.
I would think I would calmly look around the room and take in my surroundings and look over each creature that's around me so I can surmise who they are since I have that ability.
Okay, what ability is this?
The what?
What ability is this?
My intuition.
But what's the name of the ability?
The
insight?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know of any ability called intuition. There we go. Insight. Yeah, sure. You can roll an insight check and try to see. You haven't spoken to anybody that's around you or anything, but you can kind of just see if you can insight if they look like horrible, evil human beings, I guess. You just
deception check.
Value.
Okay, let me roll.
Somebody got a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, I heard it, and I was like, wait. I know that. It's like Spawn's cuckoo clock going off all the time. I was like, ugh.
Yep. Is it rolling for you?
Technical issues, or what's going on?
I think our wood elf disappeared, guys.
Oh no!
Oh,
she looked too deep. She looked so deep, she just disappeared.
All righty.
Must have been a nat one.
She must have rolled a nat one. Yes. All righty. Well, let's see if we can give her a second to come back on here, and we're going to throw up that screen. Howdy, everyone. I figured since we're going through this little bit of a technical difficulty, and I wanted to give you all a little something else to listen to. So here's my plug for my other channel. If you haven't seen it yet, and I'm figuring most of y'all have, get on over to my channel. Link's right here. and we can definitely have some fun. I know this is a nerdy channel. We talk about D&D and quizzes and all of that. But if you haven't picked it up, I am a bit of a history buff, and I do like the lore of specifically Europe and the Northern European Scandinavia. So if you go on over to my other channel, we're going to be talking and reading books about the lore of Scandinavia, the Vikings, Thru. And I think you really enjoy it. So get on over there and let's get back to the action just as soon as possible. Thanks. Let's have a good one. Scroll this screen, blah, 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 blah. All righty, we are back. And in the interim, she rolled a natural 20. We couldn't get all excited because we had technical difficulties. But first natural 20 of the game. Natural 20, you definitely succeed on your insight. All of these fellers that you're looking at, they don't necessarily maybe look like they're evil, but they all have their own story to tell. Stian definitely looks not like the sharpest crayon in the box or sharpest tool in the shed, even if he's got a pretty kitty in his lap. Dirk looks like he may not be the nicest person in the world, but he may
Dirk
be
looks kind of agitated.
cuddly.
He did not understand that his horse would not be coming along.
Your horse may be here. You never know. And Yakas, Yakas is he's in for a good time.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Yakas is inside is chuckling at the fact that Pop and that cork woke you up. You can definitely tell that any joke that's played on anybody here, he's probably going to get a laugh at.
But you're walking around looking after a little bit, maybe some chit chat between you, or you're just standing around doing your own thing.
Sorry, when after that little bit of humor, I'm gonna slide a cup over in front of Stan. Two cups, one for him, one for me. I'm assuming he'll be nice enough to share.
All right, yeah, I will. I'll pour you a glass.
All right, I'll raise it in thanks. I'm gonna sip at it, sit down. I'd like to look at this coin, see if maybe I've heard anything about this.
Okay. Roll. Let's see. What do we need to roll?
Maybe for.
I mean, yeah, basically a history check. No, actually, let's roll Arcana.
Arcana. Oh well, I am decent at that. So
I guess or history, either one would work.
I rolled Arcana, 12 total.
12. Magic got you here. What kind of magic? You're not certain. You do know that the little gnome fellow that you met, he actually, you've heard stories of wizards and maybe artificers being able to create golems and other animatronics or mechanical creatures, but you've never heard of anything quite so lifelike, quite so real, and with I guess what we would consider artificial intelligence, or if it even is artificial. But with a 12, you don't know where you're at. You don't know how you got here for sure, but I mean, obviously it's magic.
Are there any?
No. Yeah. No. Go.
Are there any doors in this room?
There is a door. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I go over to the door, or were you done? Sorry.
No, you can go. Yeah, you can go over to the door. It actually is not locked.
What's on the other side?
I actually tried to look, but I'm telling you, it isn't. I guess. No, it is not. It is not locked, and you open the door, and you actually see you see a wall straight in front of you, but you can see that you're in a hallway, and if you look down it, there's a bit of a length of corridor, and then it kind of turns off, and it also goes straight ahead. There's a few doors on either side, and you see the other direction to your right. There's also a much shorter corridor, only about 30 feet on this side, whereas the other one, it goes probably 40 or 50 feet. And on this side, there is one extra door on the opposite side of the hall. You actually, about this time, as I was going to say, you do see a much taller animatronic robot-looking creature walking towards you, actually. He's got what I guess looks like a clipboard to modernize in his hand as he's walking, and he's kind of staring at it and writing as he's walking towards your direction from the long length of the hallway.
Where is my horse?
Yes. Horse.
Horse.
It is that way. Third left, fourth right, second left, first right. But I'll bring you to that in a second. We actually have to talk. You guys are up.
Up for what?
Well, are you going, like, are you out by the door by him, like to the room? He's in the this guy's in the hallway walking towards you.
I have followed. I am also curious about where the horse is.
Where's the horse?
I am sitting on the couch just drinking and humming a tune that if anybody actually hears it, it's definitely a dirty limerick.
You're humming a dirty limerick. That's impressive.
Yeah, you're humming it so good you can understand the lyrics.
I'm humming it, singing it very low, just because I don't know. I have been hit in the head before for doing it around unappreciative company.
I'd say, everyone else is back in there, and we can.
The tall robot. And by tall, I mean he is this. The last one you talked to, Yakus and Dirk, you guys talked to was about 3 foot tall. This one's like 7 foot tall, but he's really thin, like impossibly thin. You're not mechanical engineers by any means, but this guy, if he was human, he would be 7 foot tall and probably weigh about 120 pounds. Obviously, he's made of metal, but possibly thin. He hears Stian. You say, "Who's up?"
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Well, you guys are up. You guys are up for the battle. You've got to come. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get you guys ready. Are you ready?"
Ready for what?
Wait, me? I don't know these people. I just woke up here.
Well, that's a problem. Okay, so let's do this.
Maybe we
You
introduce
guys
ourselves.
are on chlorophyll, and you guys are here to fight in the Coliseum in the competition annually for the Master Race. And if you win, well, you don't die. And you get a lot of money. But if you don't win, you're dead. But that's okay because you're going to win. I have here right here that Dirk, you are and you see him running his finger back and forth like he's trying to read it. That's not right. Dirk, you are a level 5,000 character. And Stian, you are a level 5,000 character. And Bridget, looking around, you are 5,001. And Yakus. Well, let's just say they're level 5,000 characters. Stick close.
It's a Coliseum.
A Coliseum. Big arena. You guys stand and fight, and lots of area, people watching.
What if we don't fight?
Well, you won't like it, but it's okay. You want to fight.
Why are we fighting?
Money.
For the glory of the master race.
This guy said we're in chlorophyll, right?
In chlorophyll, yes.
Have I heard that at all?
You can roll
Eric
another
does not
arcana
know the
check.
word
How do you have more
chlorophyll.
knowledge?
Arcana. Would religion matter at
Yes,
all?
you can roll religion.
I'll roll religion. I mean, it's the same dice for me, but 18.
Okay. You know that you've heard of this thing. Realistically, there's a pantheon of gods that you're familiar with. Most of them have never or aren't. They're not around. They're not practiced. They're not worshipped where you're from. But there is lists of these dead gods or these forgotten gods. One of them being the clockwork agent. And you do know that the last surviving bastion of his worshippers was in a place called Chlorophyll, which is kind of interesting based on robots and chlorophyll.
I
But
thought it was a catalyst for metabolizing oxygen.
but aside from that, the histories and the stories go that nobody has heard of or seen or known of any worshippers of the clockwork agent in thousands of years since the last calamity, the last battle between the gods. He left and kind of left himself from the gods, didn't participate in the battle, and just disappeared. None of the other gods knew of him or saw him anymore. And it was very much assumed that his followers disappeared with him.
And say, well, chlorophyll. All right, guys. Apparently, we're supposed to fight for or on behalf of a dead god, and I'll spin a little story I told that relays that information.
In a much more articulate way, I'm sure.
Well, there'll be I'm just still shaking the tantana and tap it at appropriate moments, for emphasis.
I'm so glad you're on our team.
So I'm going to say to this robot that you are chlorophyll of it, and I will do what I want. And if you're challenging me, I accept your challenge. And I'm going to beat the absolute bricks off of whatever you throw at me.
Well, I'm not challenging you. The things are.
What things?
Things.
Well, every little piece of creature, person, place, thing, everything is here. This battle has been going on for 3,472 years, 597 days, and 6 minutes.
How many days are in a year?
697.
Fuck. I don't know where I am.
You were on chlorophyll. I told you that.
Who is this master race that we're fighting for, you mentioned?
We are the people of chlorophyll. We are the master race. We worship the Clockwork Agent.
All right, can I bonk this guy on the head?
Sure. You want to swing?
Huh?
If you want to swing
takes
at
a
him?
step back.
Okay, you can roll an attack.
I'm gonna see him doing that. I'm gonna reach up and touch his hand and be like, we don't actually have to bonk everything.
Are you not still sitting on the couch, or did you?
I got up to talk to him. I still have the drink in my hands, man.
Okay. And if you want to reach up and say we don't have to, sure.
Let's ask him a couple more questions, and then you can feel free to bonk him at your leisure.
Okay, fine.
All right. So by we are the master race, do you mean you, Mr. Metal Man, or somebody else?
I mean the people of my God, of the Clockwork Agent. His people are perfect.
The old bugger who talked to me in the woods was kind of squeaky.
Yes, that was Jeremy. You don't like him. That's why he does that.
Interesting.
But really, we really need to be going. We have precisely 37 seconds before the battle begins.
What are we
second?
Did you say what is a second? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said, what's a second?
A second is precisely 1 second. Or 100 milliseconds. 1,000 milliseconds, rather. 100 centiseconds. Does that not compute?
I don't know.
What are we fighting?
Intelligence is my dump stat.
Funnily enough, it's not the barbarians. What are you fighting? Well, you are fighting the last surviving members of a 3,000 some odd year battle. And they are very powerful and very skilled. They have fought many battles, and you are the final competitors. The battle is over.
All right, bring it on.
Are these
I
good
can think of
people?
several intelligent questions, but Dirk doesn't have anything.
Are these good people or bad people? Maybe they don't deserve to die at our hands.
Well, in your definition, they have killed very many people and things and places.
They've killed places.
Quite astute of you. Yes, they have.
I think that was a compliment.
I'm going to turn to Bridges and be like, what do you think of all this? You're awful quiet.
I am just taking it all in. And I decide to go out in the hallway and enter the Coliseum.
As you start walking down the hallway, the Metal Man follows you. In fact, he kind of walks really fast.
Following the metal dude.
And he passes he passes you, Bridget, and makes a turn to the left and says, "Follow me." And as you keep walking, assuming you're still following, you end up making 3 turns. And after the second turn, actually, Dirk, you hear you all hear it, but Dirk's going to recognize, you all recognize, you hear a horse's whinny or neigh or whatever noise they make when they snort.
Yeah, there it is.
You see a stall with a horse in it. Your horse. And as you pass, as the little robot man passes it, or the big robot man passes it, he says, "Your horse is here. Please pick it up and carry on." And you guys,
Wait, I get to take my horse?
he said, "Please pick it up and carry on."
We'll begin leading it down the hallway after him, but I'm
I'm
not an
gonna-
actual orc. Half orc can't pick up my horse.
Excuse me, Mr. Metal Man, who you weren't kind enough to give us your name. That was very rude.
I do apologize. My name is Jeffrey.
All right, Jeffrey. Will we need horses or mounts?
Probably not.
Is the horse going to be safe here?
He won't be eaten if that's what you mean.
All right. I put the horse back, but I go into one of the sacks and I pull out the flask of oil and tuck it into my back.
Okay.
Jeffrey, if we could have time, I'd actually like to bring a mount of my own.
We have precisely no time, or 27 seconds.
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough time, Jeffrey.
Well,
That's
much
100
time do you need?
centiseconds times 27.
how much time do you need?
About 10 minutes.
I know what those are.
That could be arranged.
Okay.
You see him pull out a purple gem and throw it up in the air. And about that time, it starts flying towards you.
Uh-huh.
And everything starts slowing down for you, Yakus. For
Mhm.
everybody else, you do not remember anything for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
You do not move.
But-
you do not,
but
you
if I'm-
do not
if
do
I'm-
anything.
If I'm still in the same place, though, it's effectively like no time passed, right?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
No time passes for you for the next 10 minutes. As Yakus, everything seems to be in slow motion, but you are moving and you notice nobody else is blinking, breathing. Even the robot man is completely still.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Specifically, was going to ask that because I wanted to cast a particular spell.
I'm assuming Find Greater Steed.
Yes.
Okay, you can cast Find Greater Steed. You have 10 minutes.
All right. This one looks interesting. I'm going to summon. Cool. Okay.
What are we summoning?
I think we're going to summon a Periton.
A Periton. Okay, that's interesting.
Yep.
Let me grab a picture of that real quick. For anybody else who is unaware, a Periton is an interesting thing. A flying, evil, deer, eagle-looking creature. They are not necessarily good in the strictest sense of the word. They are actually quite evil, and they eat people. But in this case, they're going to make an exception. Because, they're controlled by the big boss man over here, the dragon. All righty. For anybody who doesn't know, that is a Periton.
Oh, looks like a hippogriff.
Sort of. Hippogriffs are four-legged and kind of horse body with eagle wings and head.
Yeah, I got a little screen here for the camera.
Oh, very, very well. This is much bigger, or it is colorful and body of it. Depending on the edition, this particular edition has much more deer-like features in the head, but the rest of it's pretty bird-like. All righty. So you summon a Periton, and it is standing next to you as time starts quickening, and everybody else, you come back to, well, time, and all of a sudden, don't know how it got there. Last thing you knew is there was a purple gem flying through the air. And now there's a Perryton standing next to Yakis, and the gem crumbles to dust and like fine dust falling to the ground as time officially reaches homeostasis.
I knock an arrow.
Hey, it's mine.
It's pointed down, but all right. But I'm leaving the arrow knocked.
So you have a Perryton next to you. We have 15 seconds. Are you ready to begin?
All right. Yeah.
What are your names, since we might be dying together, so I can write a good song or joke about it?
My name is Doug.
I'm Bridget.
I am Stian, the Shield Breaker.
Oh, fancy.
That'll be a good song. Please, die well or in a funny way.
What rhymes with Doug?
In common, nothing. In Draconic, quite a few things. I'll figure it out.
Anyway.
Okay, very well. Now that you are ready, we have 3 seconds remaining. Let's carry on this way. And you keep walking, assuming you're still following him. And if you have not come to this conclusion already, this is not 3 seconds. You guys are walking for another 45 seconds, a minute at least. Time is not behaving correctly. And you guys keep walking. You make a couple more turns. Around one turn, you see up ahead, probably 15 feet in front of the robot man, you just see brown, furry, paw-looking things getting drug into a room. And you smell seafood? Fish? Very, very, very fishy smelling. And it gets drug into this room. And by drug, I mean you see blood smear on the ground as it's getting drug and laid down there. And you guys, this other robot comes walking out, and he exits the room about the time y'all are getting up to it.
Can I see into the room?
Sure. You
What's
see
in there?
a very interesting sight. It looks like a bear, but like a stereotypical grizzly bear. But, it does have gaping wounds on its chest and guts hanging out, obvious amounts of blood. But it has no front limbs. Where there would be front limbs are like shark faces and heads and bodies. Like basically if you cut a shark off like right down the middle, right at the front, at the fins, like the side fins, and just sticking out where arms are, there are sharks. Like the mouth.
I have a minifig of this exact thing.
I'm gonna look in there. Look, Dirk. You ever hunted something looks like that?
I've never fished anything like that either.
Yeah, have I ever heard of these things?
That thing, you can roll a nature check or a arcana check.
I'll take nature.
I'll do arcana.
Very well.
I will do
I got a 3.
I got a 21.
All righty, 21. You definitely have heard of this.
One sec. Let me roll. Again, 9. Plus 4. 13.
This is precisely what you see, actually.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Yeah. What have I
Probably
heard of this?
with the arrows and spear through it and all.
Hmm.
That is pretty much exactly what you see.
So it's undead.
Possibly. You're not that close to it. You to tell that.
Yeah. Maybe, is there any way to make it not, undead? How does that work? I don't know.
Alive?
Well, no, but more dead.
Well, this
is
thing
what I
is
mean.
this thing very much looks like it is dead. It is lying on the ground, unmoving, pool of blood. It looks, and the robot that's walking out of that room is kind of covered in blood itself. Not like it was in a battle with it, but like it just drug it off the battlefield and to just shove it in that room to get rid of it for a while.
What do I know of these things?
With a 21, you know that it is an abomination, a creature of a mad scientist. It is nothing natural. It is pieced together Frankensteinian creation.
Okay, so it's definitely not like it's actual Frankenstein monster, not like an aberration.
No, it is not a like ethereal thing. It is literally a mad doctor probably took some sharks and a bear and put it together.
Okay.
You are fairly certain you've never heard of anything in reality that is like this. It had to have been created by something. You see, you might even think you see some like stitching or whatever. The lighting in the room's not the best. Robots may or may not need light, but it's nothing that you think you've ever seen before. Alrighty, so you're carrying on, and the Mr. Jeffrey keeps walking. He's like, "We have 1 second till battle. Please continue with me." And keeps walking. And assuming you guys are following, after about another 10 or 15 seconds, you actually turn a corner, and right there is a gate. And the further you walk down this hallway, the louder and louder the cheering has become. It does seem very much like you are literally walking towards an arena, which is basically what you are. You walking towards an arena here, and where did one of your tokens disappeared on my battle map? Oh, well, that's going to be great. I'm going to have to go find Yakis's token. Oh, right, but that's okay.
Okay. So we're walking towards an arena, right?
You're walking towards an arena, and you hear over like a really loud, basically you would think it would be a speaker in modern terms, but you just hear a really loud voice. Mm-hmm. Entering the arena, we have Bridget, Stan, Dirk, and Yakis, the last surviving members of their planets. Here,
what?
fight for the glory of Clockwork Agent.
What's a planet?
While we're walking in, I am going to cast Cloak of Embers on myself.
How long does that last?
1 hour.
Is it an action?
1 action, yes.
Okay.
Held action, arrow shot. If I see a target that I interpret as hostile towards me.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You guys are walking in as you're walking, the gate rises up, like a portcullis. And you guys see that you don't see anything in this arena. It is a very open, dirt board arena. And
Is it
you guys
open air?
just see, yes, ma'am, it is. But as you guys walk out and you leave the tunnel, you look up and you see nothing but 5 million more stars than you think you've ever seen in your entire life. There is nothing about anything here that you have ever, these are not constellations you've ever seen or anything like that. This is like the most amazing sight you've ever seen in your life. There are so many stars. There are purples and greens and blues in the sky. It's relatively like dark. It's black, but so many colors. Like if you were in the seeing the aurora borealis on Earth, but in the sky everywhere. So theoretically, you could, be somewhere that has a similar feature. But you see shooting stars flying, and you see I guess pretty much everything I'm going to describe as a shooting star, but like pieces of debris flying through the air, much closer than if you were like on a planet. There's like shooting stars the size of, like, you see it in the sky and it looks like it's the size of a moon just flying through the air. There's so much, it seems so close. And you guys notice as you're walking, essentially this is the map. In the stands, you see hundreds and thousands. The stands are much bigger than they even appear in this picture. They go up and out so far, and you see hundreds of thousands of robot creatures, and they're all moving in exact unison. Anytime they look one way or that way, every single robot in the stands is moving in perfect unison. When they clap, when they jeer, when they boo, when they applaud and scream, it's all in unison.
Okay.
And you don't see any other creatures or anything like that in here. As you guys step out, if you'd like to be in any particular spot around about that side, you're perfectly fine. Nobody's there stopping you. Just tell me about where you're at. And
so it's just an open sand pit, basically, like classic Coliseum?
Right now, yes. You see across from you, directly across from you, around about here, you see another gate, and it is closed. You also see another gate underneath at the top here, underneath this thing. I guess I could probably back up the map a little bit so you can see a little bit more.
How tall are the walls?
The walls around the edges are probably a good 20 foot tall.
I wish to move like 30 feet to the right from where we came in, and then I want to go 20 feet up the wall.
Boots of spider climbing?
Yeah.
30 feet to the right, we'll say it's about right there. So you just standing like right there.
Yeah, but 20 feet up the wall.
Okay.
Right.
And there are 4 gates total. One basically at the 4 cardinal points, north, south, east, and
Okay,
west.
then I want to be midway between the two.
Okay, so that's roughly about where you're at, like right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my action is I'm going to charge out the gate with my greatsword and use intimidating presence.
On what? That's the
Wait, isn't there the shark and bear?
No, the shark and bear is dead in a
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm
the
still
shark
gonna
and bear
bust
was
out.
the last competitor that got defeated.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna bust out of the gate.
Yeah, there's currently nothing in the arena with you guys.
All right.
as you guys are telling me where you want to go in any of
I'm
those,
gonna stay probably about maybe 10 feet behind the barbarian. I've been in fights before. I know where the stand, behind the guy that's hitting and hurting everything while I provide supports.
okay, you're about 10 feet behind the barbarian right now. Yeah.
Good deal.
So about 10 feet behind him. So if something comes rushing past him, I have the chance to react. But I'm still close enough to help out if need be.
While you guys are walking out, as the announcer voice, and you can see now that up at the top of the screen there is a robot in like metal clothes, kind of like the gnome, but this is like a normal. It's hard to tell. He's 20 feet in the air, kind of far away from y'all, but he's probably about human size, 6 foot tall, whatever, average build, wearing like basically what looks like the stereotypical judge's robes, only they are solid gold metal. And he has the stereotypical, like back in the day, powder wig that a judge wears, but it's made like out of the metal and the head. It's all one piece, all one body. And he's holding what looks to be a wand. And he's holding up to his mouth and talking into it. Basically just a twig, a stick, and only made of metal. He's talking into it. The last surviving members of their planet here to do battle in the final round of the tournament here at Clay Arena. But we have a special twist. What are you fighting? And he turns his arm and points it at you guys. And you can still hear as loud as he was before, even though the like he's turning his hand like this so he could point the wand or the stick at you guys. He's still talking just as loud as he was. And 1, 5, 7, 9, 10, 20, 100. What are you fighting? And he's looking at you guys.
How about 0?
He turns and points it back at himself. And when you said how about 0, you didn't even have to yell. Your voice was as loud as his coming out of your mouth.
Which surprised me for a second. I'm like,
it was amplified to where it was just as loud and booming as anybody's. And he turns and points the wand back to himself, even though he may not have needed to. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, 20, 100, and turns and faces it back towards you.
9.
He immediately turns it back. 9. 9. 9.
Is he saying no?
And all of a sudden, all 3 of the gates raise up. You don't see anything necessarily behind them immediately. And all of the crowd cheers again in unison, hands going up in the air. Woo! And you immediately start seeing slowly walking out of the straight ahead, you do see something walking towards you. And you see, make my life easy. We're going to do that. You see this thing walking towards you, lumbering, large and in charge, and like literally the size of an elephant. Out of the one straight across from you. Out of the one coming from underneath the announcer's booth, you see 2 of these. They're about the size of like a panther. You see them running out, full tilt right towards the center of the arena. And the big ass thing that we saw, this thing, he's just walking, lumbering, not running. And then out of the little arena, you see the one opposite of like the south, the one opposite. So it'd be your guys' left, the gate on the left. You see these things. You actually see 6 of them. They're tiny, probably the size of, I don't know, a collie or a cat, somewhere in there, like an Australian shepherd. You see 6 of these little suckers running out. And give me half a second to place everybody.
I just want to point out that 9 wasn't even one of the options. Dirk was just being stupid.
It absolutely was not one of the options. You are correct.
Can I make a nature? Like, what is it?
You can absolutely make a nature check. Anybody can make nature or arcana checks if you would like.
I suck at both of those.
So I'm going to tell my little group of companions that unlikely companions. The big one with the antlers doesn't seem to be particularly aggressive, but could be provoked. So if we could provoke the smaller, I guess, cryptids into attacking that might be a good strategy, right?
Can I hear him?
I mean, you could probably not hear him, Derek. The voices are no longer amplified, and he is 30 feet from you plus 20.
Passive perception 20?
If you roll the perception 20, sure, you can. Oh,
passive
20.
Is 20.
Sure, we'll say you can hear him talking. You can hear him. He's probably
I'll roll for it if you want.
Yell over the din.
Okay, well, I'm going to make that roll then to say that. With because I have, I believe it's knowledge, nature. Yeah, my knowledge nature is +4. So that is dirty 15.
Dirty 15. You know that creature is called a bulwark, and they are large beasts, grazing animals. Basically, think of them as about a 50% bigger bison, American buffalo. They act very similarly in that they graze open plains. They're angry and territorial and big and strong, and they'll probably hit hard if they charged at you. But otherwise, they are mostly just, plains animals. They're not aggressive unless you're like annoying them or getting too close normally.
Okay, so my idea is to not make that thing angry before we deal with the rest of everything, or possibly get the smaller enemies to.
And at this point, actually, can we roll initiative?
Oh, no.
All right. 12.
12 for Dirg.
Dirty 17.
Dirty 17 for Stian. What do we got? Bridget and Yakis.
Yakis has a 21. I can't see Sarah's. It's an ellipsis.
It's an ellipsis. Yakis, you have a 21? You're awful quiet over there. You are muted. That's why you're quiet.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, yeah, sorry. No, nat 20 on that one, so I have 21.
I am on the back of the Perrington. Yeah, nat 20s do not matter on initiative.
Okay. Is that 21 total though?
Miss Bridget, did your computer come alive? Maybe.
Do we want to take another break?
And mine's
I don't
on
know.
a 6.
Oh,
On a 6. Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, 6.
Let's see.
Bridget has a 6, and the rest of them, okay. Mr. Yakis, you are first. What would you like to do?
I'm on the back of the Periton. I see these things coming, and Stan said not to piss off the big one.
He advised against it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to take his advice on that one, and let's see. About how far away are the panther-like ones from me?
You? We're going to call that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. They're about 40 foot away.
All right, about 40 foot away. Let's see. I am going to... I'm going to have a mount take flight, and I'm going to hit them with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, where are you flying to? What's the speed of a Periton?
Periton's speed is 20. Oh, fly is 60 feet.
Okay, so you're flying what, up in the air 60 feet, or are you
Yes.
flying in a particular direction?
I'm flying about 20 feet up into the air. I want to keep in range, but I want to keep out of reach of their claws.
Okay, you do know that they are about the size of a panther, and so they're about 5 foot long.
Hmm?
Can they jump 15 foot in the air? You don't know.
And 20 should be a fair one for me to keep close enough to help out.
All righty. And so are you flying any left, right, or anything like that?
Straight up.
20 foot, and that's it. Okay. And then you're flying. How did you get Eldritch Blast? That's what Warlock only.
Not for bards.
Spell sniper feat.
Oh, you fancy little person.
Yeah.
So you could shoot from real far away then with that. That's what's range.
Yeah, 240 foot is the range there.
Okay. Well, you definitely are within range. Which one are you shooting at, left or right?
I'm going to aim all three at the right one.
All righty. Roll to hit.
All right, to hit for the first one is a 13.
That will miss.
The second one is a 20
That will hit.
for 10 damage.
All righty. He's still up. Yeah.
And the third one is a 17
That will hit.
for 1 damage.
All righty.
And I still have a bonus action, right?
You sure do.
I would like to give Bardic Inspiration to Stan here.
And what's the level of your Bardic Inspiration die? Is it a D8 yet?
It gains Inspiration die 1d10.
D10. Okay. Stian, you have a D10 to roll Bardic Inspiration. Is there anything fancy about your Bardic Inspiration as a creation bard?
Yes, actually. It's Mote of Potential. When granting a creature a Bardic Inspiration die, you summon a Mote of Potential that orbits within 5 feet of the creature. It's a little note. If it's used on an ability check, the Bardic Inspiration die can be rolled again. So basically, if you use this for an ability check, you effectively get initiative on the Inspiration die. An attack roll. The target and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die. And on a saving throw, the creature using the Bardic Inspiration die gains temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the dice plus 4.
All righty.
So you get a fancy thing depending on how you do it.
It's
So
going
I
to do
need to
different
roll.
stuff that we'll learn about probably again when you decide to use it. If you want plus 10 on something, or plus the D10.
So I need to roll a 10.
No, it's an extra dice for you to use.
If you want to use an extra D10 to add it to a roll,
Okay.
you
Okay.
can when you want to use it.
So how far away are the two on the? So it'd be the north.
The two on the north, they're about 30 feet from you. The closest one is the further
Okay.
one's probably about 40.
I can make that. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, I'm going to use my intimidating presence, so you can frighten a creature within 30 feet if it can see near you.
Yep.
WIS saving throw DC 11, or be frightened until the end of your next turn.
All right, you need a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to roll to intimidate.
No, you do not need to roll it to intimidate. He needed to roll a wisdom saving throw to not be intimidated.
Mhm.
And he rolled a natural 1.
I scared him.
What happened? So is he just frightened?
I would say so. Like, like how you yell at a dog.
Well, read your character sheet. What does it say it does?
Oh, sorry. He's going to be frightened until the end of my next turn.
Okay, he has to run away.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Next up, is that an action? Yes.
Yeah, it's a combat action.
Okay, so you can still move and use a bonus action.
Can I make an attack of opportunity if I move over and stab it?
An attack of opportunity is something you do when something leaves your reach or goes past you.
Right. Okay.
As a reaction. So if you are next to him, if you run up next to him and then he runs away from you, yes, you could use an attack of opportunity.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and do that.
All righty. So you're going to run up next to him, and then if he runs away, which he has to, you would have an attack of opportunity against him. Anything you want to do in your bonus action? Probably about the only thing you've got is possibly rage, if you'd like to rage.
I'll rage, yeah. That's
Okay.
usually what I do with my Pathfinder character, so.
He would like to rage.
All right,
So,
I will rage, and then, all right, let me click this guy. And then I'll make my attack roll.
Well, you've already used your action.
Sorry.
You don't get to actually do the attack of opportunity until his turn when he runs away. Yep, you used your action to be scurry.
Okay.
All righty. Next turn, actually, though, is the 6 tiny little things at the bottom. The Spitfires that you do not know what they're called because you didn't ask. All righty. So they are all actually going to go up in unison because it's all of their turns, and they're going to run up at a speed of only 20. So they're going to all run up to there and be very scary looking. They're tiny. They're like in between the size of a cat and a collie. So they're not very scary. That's what they look like. Kind of like Lilo and Stitch.
Could I make a nature check or an arcana check to know anything about them?
Sure, if you'd like.
Let's see. Total of 21.
21. You know these things are called Spitfires. They are tiny little beasts. They do not. They look to be like, I would say worldly or earthly. Obviously, you're not from Earth necessarily. But they look to be natural. They're not like nothing striking you like they're a demonic aberration or like a astral apparition or like a demonic creature or anything like that. They're just natural beasts. They're just you see smoke coming off of them like they're hot or something. And actually, because they can't reach anybody to do anything else, they are all actually going to dash and move twice their speed. I do apologize. I've got to zoom in here so I can actually use them properly. They are all going to actually move separately. This one's going to go to there. This one's actually going to do a little bit something different and run backwards over here. And then the rest of them are actually going to go over there. And that is the end of their turn. Maybe next time I won't use such a crappy, slow computer system program. Next turn up is the Sabers, the kitty cats. All righty. So these cats are going to go and run the heck away. Or actually, just this one's going to run away. It's going to go and leave your reach. So, Stian, you can make an attack of opportunity against it.
I'm going to do that. So D20 for my attack roll. That is a 14. And then with my great sword, what is it?
So 14 plus with your great sword. What's your plus?
I don't have that equipped actually on this.
Well, go to your equipment sheet and actually equip it.
That's what I'm doing.
Professional production, people.
Actually, I lied. Let's do the great axe. Let's do that. What is that?
Are you sure you don't want to have like a +3 great axe or something cooler than that standard great axe?
Are you looking at his lack of magical weapons or magical anything?
I am looking at his complete lack of magical shit.
I don't know magics, all right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He did not want to get into magical anything hardly.
No, I am Grug, all right?
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, I see it. So it's 1d12 plus 5. This is my 12. This is 10. There's a 10 on my d12 plus 5.
Well, you didn't roll. What was your to hit?
Oh, that was 14.
Would you roll 13 plus what's your to hit modifier?
13. Oh God, I'm so bad at this.
It's okay. What is your hit modifier? Is it a +9?
Yeah.
You hit, and you rolled a 10 plus 5, which is 15. That sucker is dead.
Sick.
Oh, not that one. That one is.
No.
Alrighty. The other one, though, is going to run up to you on his turn and actually attempt to attack. So he is going to run up on you, and he is going to hit you with his he is going, let's see, when he hits a target with a new weapon, it has advantage. Nope. Okay. So he's just going to use multi-attack. So his first attack, he's going to attempt to bite you. A 9 to hit. Which against your AC of 16 will miss. And a 19 to hit. So he will hit you with his claw.
Actually, hold up.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs as my reaction.
Okay.
Casting time is 1 reaction. Wait, is he within 60 feet of me?
Yes, he is.
All right. When you see it, when a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself succeeds on an attack roll and ability check or saving throw,
okay,
you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range. Chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute. So
Okay.
I'm going to distract it and give Durg the advantage.
Okay. And he rolled a 2 on the second one. And he missed his claw attack thanks to silvery barbs. And it is now Durg's turn.
All right, so I have advantage on my next. Was there a specific? Did he specify melee or ranged?
Let me
I think it's
look
just
at
attack.
that again.
Just attack roll. Okay.
It is attack roll, ability check, or saving throw that you make within the next 1 minute.
Neat. All right, I'm shooting at the remaining panther creature that is menacing the barbarian.
Okay.
Roll with advantage. So 26.
That will definitely hit.
All right. Okay, so this is going to come in fucking waves. Is that thing at or below its is full hit points?
No, it is at full hit points.
All right. Okay, so start a tally. That is 13 off of the longbow. Then I had advantage, so I got sneak attack, which is 4d6. So that's another 9, so 22 total.
Okay.
Let's do that for the first attack.
He's still up, but based on the damage the other one took, he's probably not up for much longer.
Okay, another arrow then.
All right.
Cool. Does 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. That would be 10 off the straight bow. Then
It's
because of it's dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. As far as where I'm at, is there any like architecture? I mean, I see like gargoyle-y looking things on the walls on the representation. Are there those?
Sure.
Because I'd like to scamper back towards the eastern entrance. And can I attempt to conceal myself behind one of those?
Assuming you're trying to conceal yourself from the stuff on the field and not the audience, yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide from anything on the field.
All right, yeah. You can you can make a stealth check.
Okay. I forgot to click advantage. Oh, crit.
Okay.
33.
You're probably pretty hidden, you think.
Neat.
You think you are probably pretty hidden. All righty.
Okay with that.
Next up is the Bulwark, who is literally just going to scamper in at with no hurry at his 25-foot movement speed and go 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's actually going to stop about there and just kind of start stomping his foot around and looking at things, but not really doing anything. And then it is Bridget's turn.
Let's see. I think I'm going to start. Can I cast a spell to speak with him?
Speak with animals, sure, depending on what it is or whatever other spell you might be thinking of.
Can I talk to the bull guy?
The bull guy is probably 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. The bull guy's pretty far away. You're not going to be able
He's too far away from me? Okay. How far away is the single guy over?
The one that's out by itself in the sand pit?
How far away is that from me, would you say?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. About 30 foot. And it looks, and from the picture, from our map, it kind of looks like you're standing in the stands. You're not actually in the stands. You're still in the tunnel.
Well, can I get out of the tunnel?
Sure, you can. What am I doing? You are Bridget. So yeah, you can walk like 10 foot forward and be out of the tunnel, kind of standing next to Yakis.
Put me on the other side of Yakis.
Okay. You can move. You've still got movements if you want it.
Okay. I would like to cast a spell to call lightning.
Okay, you can call lightning
on the single dude there.
All righty. So you cast call lightning, and a cloud forms in the sky above you, and you see it sparkling, or like little bits of lightning and electricity flying through this deep dark gray charcoal black cloud. And you normally expect like this white light or like whitey yellow, maybe even blue colored lightning. No, all of this charged electricity flying around in this cloud is like a vibrant purple magenta, like indigo color, and a bolt of lightning cracks down. And does he have to make a dex save, I believe?
Yes.
All righty. So he has to make a dex save, which is, he rolled a 6, so it's probably going to fail. 9.
Your DC's got to be higher than that.
Yeah, your spell save's got to be higher than that.
In D&D Beyond, it'd be the underneath description when you're looking at the spell sheet. Is Sarah frozen?
I do not know. Miss Sarah, are you frozen again? That's sad. Why are you frozen, ma'am? Sad day. All right.
It was a sad day. It was the saddest of all days. I'm not saying that it was the saddest of all days, but that's what people say.
Oh. Well, Yakis, since it's not your turn, why don't you entertain us with a song? What is this song? You want to play a ball, dang? Oh, is she back?
Damn.
All righty, Miss Sarah. It sounds like, were you back for a second there? All right, Bridge is apparently gone still. That was a beautiful song. I appreciate that. All right.
Oh, there she is.
Yay, you're back, maybe? You're relaxing. Yay, you're back.
Moving.
This is frustrating.
It's back. All righty. What was your spell save DC?
Is that the 22?
Probably. That sounds probably close. It would be on the spell tab. It should say your spell save DC.
It'd be 8 plus 4 plus your wisdom modifier, I think, for a druid.
That would probably make sense. Your spell save DC is 14, and he rolled a 9, so your lightning hit. So now you can roll the damage for that.
And it's 22.
And what level did you cast that at? Probably should have asked that beforehand.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like, according to this, you've cast a 4th and a 5th level spell, but I haven't seen you cast either one of those.
I know.
So I'm going to uncheck those. You could cast it at 3rd, 4th, or 5th, or 6th level, technically.
The 4th level is the one that I just cast.
Alrighty. 4th level Call Lightning would be 4d10.
Yeah, that's what she rolled.
That's what I rolled, and it came to the 22.
22. Oh, he is probably completely dead. You just purple lightning bolts. You guys smell like a mix between sulfur and like rotted, burning flesh. Not rotted, but like burning, charred flesh mixed with sulfur. As this thing literally just fries and crisps up to ash and starts crumbling apart. And he's dead.
Good.
And if you maintain concentration, you can keep that Call Lightning up, I believe. Yes, up to 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Until you lose your concentration. All righty. Any you move 10 feet, you can still move another 20 feet, and you also have a bonus action. Actually, your movement speed's 25, so you can move another 25 feet.
Okay.
Or 35, so you can move another 25 feet.
Move me closer to the group of the four.
To the one that's over by itself?
Yes.
All righty. Well, you can literally get like right up below it. It's working its way, looking like it's about to start climbing the wall. But you can get basically right up next to it. If you'd like, you don't have to get that close.
Okay.
If you want to stop short of that, that's fine.
I want to stop short of that.
Okay. It is now Yakis's turn again. You are flying 20 foot in the air above where you're at on the map.
All right, and these Spitfire things here, they definitely appear like they're aggressive and charging my new barbarian friend.
They're kind of just running out. They were not necessarily charging him. They were actually charging towards the Sabers originally, at least the pack of four. He actually charged into the Sabers, so that's why he's there.
Okay, so.
But the Sabers are now dead.
Okay, so let me see. I want to fly my Periton to be above. I want to be about, let me see, about 50 feet above Stian.
Okay, and just like directly above him?
All right, hold up. Well, let me fly above him and get as far as 60 feet total can give me. Because I'm already, 20 feet in the air, so. He's how far away?
Well, he's about 25 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's about 30 feet from you horizontally and obviously 20 feet below you.
All right, so I want to get above him and get another 10 feet in the air.
Okay, I could say you could do that with 60 foot of movement. Yeah, because that's 30 foot. Your hypotenuse, you're probably going to use 45 feet of that movement to get there. So, yeah, you could definitely be. I'm going to put you off to the side a little bit, but you're kind of above him. It doesn't really.
And then I'm going to cast in the area between him and the Spitfires. I want to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay. What color are your daggers?
They're probably glowing green.
That is I like that, considering that's the color I picked. How big's a cloud of daggers?
Cloud daggers. You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, center on a point you choose within range, which is 60 feet. A creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area or for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So it's a 5-foot cube, and I'm putting it right between him and them.
All righty.
And let's see. Everything seems to be going well for now, so I'm actually going to let that be my turn.
Okay. The next up on the Price is Right is Stian. Stian, in the middle, you are gone, buddy. Let me add you back to the stream because apparently something happened. You disappeared on me.
Yeah, no, my camera unplugged for some reason.
Dog
related reasons, but
it is your turn.
Okay.
You now have a cloud of daggers next to you.
I see that. I wonder if I can flank. I don't know.
Well, technically, to be able to flank anything, you would have to have an ally on the opposite side of it.
Yes.
But you could possibly run around these guys.
Yeah. I'm going to run around and attack the one on the farthest left.
Okay.
With my great axe.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do. No, that's Bridget. I want to run Steven.
Steven.
Like that? About there.
Okay. Making my attack roll with my great axe.
Sure.
I rolled. Oh, nat 20! Let's go, baby!
All righty. Nat 20 in my rules is
20.
your maximum die plus 1 roll plus your modifier. So at a great axe is a D12. So it's going to be 12 plus your modifier plus 1D12. So roll 1D12 and add 17 to it.
Oh, Jesus.
And I will.
That is a 7 plus 12. What is 7 plus 12?
19.
19.
Thank you.
Plus 5 is well more than that Spitfire could handle. He is dead. Plus you're raging, so it's an extra 2 damage.
Maybe 3?
Off the top of my head, what is rage damage?
I thought it was plus 3.
You are right, it is plus 3. Either way, he is more than dead.
Nice.
Deader.
He's dead. You also have I don't know, another 20 foot of movement plus another attack.
I will go to the next closest one. Then.
All righty.
And still in rage, I'm going to attack again. That is a 16.
That'll hit.
Plus. Okay.
That'll hit.
My 12 go. All right. And a D12. That is a 2.
Here, let me tell you a secret. Your minimum damage kills him.
Okay. Well.
All righty. He dead. Actually, I do a lie. Your minimum damage would not kill him, but pretty darn close.
Okay.
Like, you did not roll minimum damage, so you killed him.
Nice.
All righty. He dead. You still got movement if you'd like to run away, or you could just stand where you're at. You've probably got another 20 foot of movement.
Maybe run behind the cloud of daggers.
Okay, you're going to run behind the cloud of daggers like a little bitch.
Hey!
All righty. Next up on the Price is Right is the lucky number Spitfires. You just killed their buddies. All righty. Next, so we're going to have this Spitfire, kind of dumb. He's going to run into the cloud of daggers. And this one's going to actually stay up on the wall. But we're going to start with this one over here. He's running into the cloud of daggers. Yakis, what's that do?
Let me go ahead and do that. That does a 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area, and a turn when it ends its turn there. So 44 for a total of 9 damage.
He dead.
All right, so he just runs. He gets shredded.
Yep, he just read through a meat grinder. He dead. The other one is still alive though, and he's going to run up to Stian and make some attacks at him. He is going to spit fire at you. Technically, he did not have to run up to you. I do apologize. He's just going to go basically stand where he was a second ago and spit fire at you. He has to be within 10 feet of you. 12 to hit. I think that will miss, Stian. Your AC is 16. It will miss. And this other one here will miss Bridget. This one over here is going to scamper along this wall, running and be about 15 foot up the wall, spitting fire down on top of your head. For a 15 to hit, I believe. Just a little bitty spit, like a lump of like magma or fire, like the size of a baseball or something, just flies at you, getting spit out of its mouth.
How far away is that creature from me?
The one over there by Bridget?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, about 40 foot horizontally and 30 foot down, or 15 foot down. So probably about 45 foot total.
Okay.
I'm not
Does
doing
he hit her?
Pythagorean theorem to figure out the exactness of it. But I do believe Miss Bridget is frozen again. If you're not, let me know. Oh, you're not frozen.
I'm not frozen.
You got spit at by this little Spitfire. For a 15 to hit, spit a baseball-sized piece of magma at you.
Does that hit?
Your AC, I read as 13. Do you not have any armor on?
I do not think I do.
Should get some.
Ladies and gentlemen, she didn't wear any armor.
Do I not have?
You have armor. Let me put it on you. You're wearing your armor now. Your AC is now 14.
Wait.
Which still hits, but so I'm going to again with my reaction cast silvery barbs on this thing since it's within 60 feet of me.
Sure.
Which means that it must re-roll and use the lower roll, and I'm going to give Bridget the advantage on the next thing.
Okay, Bridget, you have advantage on your next use of a D20, and his second roll was a 19, so plus 5 is 24. The 15 was higher. It still hits. Bridget, a chunk of fire flies at you for... I accidentally just closed the web page that had their stats on it. Why did I do that? Falls at you for 1d4 plus 3 damage. It's super powerful, guys.
Surprisingly less damage than I would expect from a baseball-sized chunk of magma.
Apparently. It does 7 fire damage to you, ma'am. As you got knocked in the head by a baseball of magma. Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I bet it does. And then next up on The Price is Right, as it ends its turn, I believe it doesn't have any more than one attack. Nope. The Sabers are dead, so it's Durg's turn.
Hold up, one quick question. Since she got hit, does she have to roll concentration to keep her spell up?
She absolutely does.
Okay, Bridget, you get advantage on this one because of the silvery barbs.
So all you do is roll a flat D20. No, that's not right.
It's
that's
a con save.
Yeah, I was thinking of a death save. So you roll a con save.
Okay.
So on the top left-hand side under saving throws, you should see con save.
I see it. I'm probably gonna freeze again.
Yeah.
I think her internet's about as good as mine. Well, that's not my internet. That's not the problem. It's my RAM on my side. Is it show up in the game log at all?
It's probably all those Ruined Stone emails.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Your con save is a question mark on my side.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
That's
yeah.
fun. Is it still rolling on your side, ma'am? Oh, I still got still a question mark. That's interesting.
13. Keep on. She gets advantage.
I mean, actually.
Yeah, she can have advantage. All she has to do is literally beat a 10.
Yeah,
because it's
she got it.
It's half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's half damage, and the damage was only 7. So,
okay, so
it's half damage or 10, whichever's higher.
Yeah.
In this case, 10. So
I wasn't aware of the damage from these things. I was worried about her losing her call lightning.
She maintains concentration. Next up on The Price is Right is Durg.
Okay, the one that just threw magma.
Spitfire, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go after that one. No, I'm attacking. Has that thing noticed me there?
Noticed you there? Let's find out.
It has disadvantage. Disadvantage. Elven cloak.
Luckily, because he nat 20'd it. You nat 20'd your stealth, so
Yeah.
he failed.
Yeah, but he also has disadvantage on trying to find me.
Yeah, he failed because of that disadvantage. Otherwise, he would have succeeded your nat 20.
He would have
He did
rolled
not see
better
you.
than a. He would have rolled better than a 33. But
He
anyway.
doesn't have to. Nat 20 automatically is an automatic success.
Huh.
So his nat 20 matched your nat 20.
All
but
right.
disadvantage meant he had to roll again.
Yeah. Well, then I am going to shoot an arrow at him with advantage since I'm attacking from hiding.
Correct.
So that's 32 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit. And I'm pretty sure your maximum damage is, or your minimum damage is higher than probably 7.
I've got 10 off of the longbow. Okay, so that thing's down. The other remaining Spitfire. I'm just gonna lean out and shoot across.
He doesn't see you.
The other one hasn't seen me either, because I'm accepting that I shot an arrow, so I don't have advantage anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Nope, you're out. You're not hiding anymore. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just gonna roll to hit him. 18.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. Is that thing at full hit points?
He is.
Shit. Well, that's 10 anyway, without
He's
throwing
dead.
anything special on it.
He's dead.
All right. I'm gonna. What's this? Is there more decorative architecture above the eastern gate, directly south of me?
Yeah, it's probably 3 foot tall. So you're way taller than it, but it's just like bumps.
Yeah, but
decoration.
If I ran over to it, I would crouch down because I'm just going from shooting to moving to cunning action to hiding.
Yeah, sure. You can easily run 10 feet, baseball slide, and hide behind it.
Will do. Rolling stealth. 31.
You think you're pretty good and hidden.
All right. I'm going to mute myself for a little bit.
All right. Next up is the bulwarks. The bulwark is going to it was stomping its foot, and then it's going to take off and charge and run at Stian, who happens to be the closest thing to it now. And Stian, let's see here. If the bulwark moves at least 20 foot, a creature, and then hits. Okay, so it's going to attempt to ram you. Plus 10 to hit, I think will miss. So,
can I make a reflex save?
You don't need it. It missed.
Okay.
And a reflex is a Pathfinder thing.
Okay, yeah. I'm so used to Pathfinder that I'm just like, oh, that,
That's okay. We have the same thing. It's just a dex save.
Okay.
But you don't need it. It misses.
Okay.
And that's the entirety of its turn. So next up is Bridget.
Okay, can I move closer to it?
Sure, you can move. You got 35 foot of movement. 5, 10. You can get 10 feet away from it.
That's what I'd like to do.
All right, let's get you 10 feet from it.
Do I still have concentration?
You do. You still have spell. That cloud is still up in the sky.
Okay, I want to call the lightning again.
All righty, you call lightning down, and it makes a dex save of 12 plus -1, so 11. You hit it, and it's at I believe.
It had the dex 14.
Yes, ma'am. You hit. It got an 11. And when you're doing it after the effect, a creature takes 3d10 lightning. I know that. Each creature within 5 feet of that point. So, he's a big creature. We're going to say Stian's not within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So you roll 4d10. And surprisingly, I don't think you froze on us this time, did you?
That's looking like frozen.
Yep. Every time you roll. Before Sarah gets to play again, I'm sending her a set of dice.
I could have
25.
because 25.
25 damage. Nice. He is still up. He is still up, but you see a lot of charred fur and hair all over this thing, and like a big burn mark on its back as purple lightning struck down out of this charcoal gray cloud and slammed right into it. That was your movement and your action. You have a bonus action if you'd like. On your actions tab, if you scroll down, there's a bonus action section. There's not a whole lot you can do, but you can do stuff.
I have a magic stone.
You do. That is a cantrip, which you could theoretically cast. You can try to. What is this?
That's where she picks up 3 stones and magics them, and then on her next action she can throw them.
So the only thing you're doing is making 3 pebbles be magical and able to be thrown. You can't actually do anything.
That's not helpful.
You could telekinetically attempt to shove this thing if you think you've got the cojones to move something this big, if you wanted to.
Well, we could try that.
All righty. He will make a strength saving throw against your DC of 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom. So your proficiency bonus, what is proficiency bonus at this level?
You get the 4?
Plus 4.
Plus 4. So he rolled a 5 plus something. He did not succeed. So you shove him 5 feet away from you.
Does she get an attack of opportunity?
She does not, and because she was 10 feet from him. Stian does not either because he's being forced. It's being forced to move. It's not moving of its own accord.
Quick question. Is it a shove in a direct line away from her, or can she shove him in any direction?
That is a good question. Theoretically, or we move 5 feet
not the better game,
you,
but if she could throw him
towards you or away from you.
Okay, yeah, so no.
So I'm going to rule that it's in a relatively
straight line. Yeah,
fashion.
She can't Darth Vader him into the wall of blades there.
No, that would maybe if it was a telekinetic pull and she was standing over here. But that is your bonus action, movement, and action. So next up, top of the order is Yakis.
Did I go?
You did. You baseball slid behind the
all right. Bridget is last. Yep. Okay. I should write down the initiative order.
You're 30 foot above in the air, so you're probably only about 15 feet actually above the tops of this thing's antlers.
Okay, so
how
hurt does this thing look?
He looks like he's got a big ass burn on his back and a lot of hair missing, and it's probably favoring that the shoulder that got hit by that lightning. It didn't like it.
Does it look like it'd be willing to back down now that it knows that it really shouldn't mess with us?
You can make an animal handling check if you'd like.
Actually, yeah, I would like to basically try to convince it, convince it to back down. Or could I try to intimidate it instead?
If you would like to intimidate it, how are you intimidating it?
Basically, I want to have the Periton I'm riding on, make itself quite clear, and I want it to basically act dramatic so I can try and scare this thing into submission, while screaming at it to back off.
Make a.
This is like I'm on a giant bird, but otherwise I'm like, back, get the fuck out of here, you bastard! At a bear that's in your tree stand.
Okay. So you can make a intimidation roll with advantage for the assistance of your Parryton.
All right, rolling intimidation now. That first one was a 22. Was a 22 good enough?
Let's see. He's not resolved. It looks like it's
Let me see. Yeah, 22 is my best one.
Big ass elephant-sized bison-looking thing with moose antlers. It doesn't like you. It's scared. It might look like it's maybe frightened of you.
All right. After doing that, I want to move about 20 feet higher, and
like foot in the air.
Yeah, and I want to be on the other side of these daggers than it is.
Okay. I'm moving you and the daggers. I don't want to do that, and I'm not want to do that either. Let's do that. I really got to get roll 20 working again.
And I would like to use. I'm going to have bonus action be to give Stian bardic inspiration.
All righty. So you have used 2 of your barbs and one bardic inspiration. Oh, Stian's got that mode of potential and that he hasn't used yet.
Oh wait, never mind. Then I can't give it to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In that case, am
I
able to give bardic inspiration to multiple characters or only one at a time?
I don't know. Read your ability.
The ability says bardic inspiration. A creature other than yourself gets for 10 minutes. All right, I will instead give the bardic inspiration to Bridget because.
All righty.
And I'll call down to her since I've been around druids and ranges before. I recognize that she might be one, and suggest to her that, like, hey, try to see if we don't have to kill this one. I don't like killing critters.
All righty. And it is Stian's turn. Stian, this thing just tried to charge you, but now it's kind of got shoved away from you, and now it kind of looks a little scared.
Okay, well, still in rage.
You are.
Yes. I am going to try and use my Crusher critical or special.
Okay.
Against it and bonk it on the head. So, sorry. Let me move the artwork.
Did you? Crusher requires you to have a bludgeoning weapon. You're currently using a great axe.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to my my bonk stick.
Okay. In order to do that as a bonus action, you would have to drop your great axe. If you wanted to actually put your great axe away, it would take your whole action to do that.
Okay. Well, I'll stick with the axe then.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to try and body that guy. I'm making my attack roll.
Okay. Moving 5 feet, you need to get to him?
Also, yes.
All righty.
Remember, you still have bardic inspiration.
Oh boy. So that is a nat 18 plus. Let's see. Will that hit? Nat 18 plus. Oh God. I'm so bad at this.
Are you really? You think so?
I'm working on it.
Maybe not. On your character sheet on the front page, it should say actions and attack, and you should have is great axe there.
Yes, it is.
So we're under hit, it'll say plus. It'll have a plus number.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so, what was it?
So 18
30,
plus
nat 18 plus 9.
27.
27.
That'll hit.
That hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, all right, and then my damage roll is 1d12 plus 5, and that is a 2.
So plus 5 is 7, plus another 3 because you're raging.
Yes. Okay, so 10.
So that is 10. He is still up.
Wait, who's still up?
The thingamabobber is still up. You just slammed your great axe into it and cleaved off the left antler that's sticking out of his chin.
Okay.
But he is still up. You have another attack if you'd like.
I can attack again? I'll do the same thing.
Yeah. You have 2 attacks. You do.
Damn. Ooh, 19 nat.
You hit.
Nat plus 9. Okay, and then damage roll. That is an 11 plus 5 is
16 plus 7 or plus another 3 from your rage is 19. And you cleave your axe right into the top of its skull and bring it to the ground.
I'm gonna see you do this. I'm gonna be like, look down the bridge. Never mind.
As the crowd goes wild and screaming all at once, everybody in the stands is screaming in unison. All of these robots making the exact same sound, and it's like just drone of robotic screams as you hear over the intercom or the speakers or the robot that's talking really loud, whatever you want to call it. He stands up from his seat in the little stand there at the north, and you're standing right below him. So you got like straight eyesight of him. He's probably 30 foot in the air, and obviously Yakus up flying up there. You're flying much higher. You can definitely see the top of his head. Very well, very well. That leaves us with but one. Our champion.
But one?
The one, the only. Isabella Whiteshade. And at that, every single member of the crowd goes completely silent. You could quite literally hear a pin drop in an arena filled with hundreds of thousands of robots, impossibly big stands. You could literally hear a pin drop. Rising out from behind you, Bridget, assuming you're looking up towards the announcer, the southern gate opens, and as you turn, you see walking out a beautiful, regal, tall, thin, elven lady. 6'6", thin, pretty limited body shape, in a pure white satin silk dress, dragging the ground. You can't even see her feet. The sleeves bellowing out. You can barely see the tips of her fingers beneath the billowing sleeves. Long blonde hair. You see the hair is blocking the face. As she's walking, you can just barely see every step. The hair kind of moves, and you see a glimpse of a facial feature or two. The only reason you know she's an elf, besides, her general body shape, is you can see bits of pointy ears sticking up. She's walking out, and as she takes a step beyond the threshold of the gate, and the gate slowly closes, she looks up to the sky, and you realize your lightning cloud, which you maintain a concentration on, starts to part as you see. And before your lightning cloud was there, you didn't see any like terrestrial bodies, any moons or other planets or anything in the sky. It was just stars. But now, as your storm cloud parts, you see a giant moon, twice as big in the sky as you've ever seen Earth's moon. And you see her reach her head back, look up towards the moon, and you hear an ear-piercing howl. As you hear this howl, I need you all to please make wisdom saving throws. As you see this lady, through limits of pain, you can barely make glimpses up to look at her, to see she transforms into this abomination of wolf and antler and thing. And you see her face ripping apart as the jaw distends and blood pouring down her cheeks as she's howling towards the heavens and towards the moon. You see Elizabeth White, whatever I said earlier was her name.
Isabella Whiteshade.
The vicar, Amelia. And
is there a roll I could make to see if I've heard of her before?
Possibly, depending on what your wisdom saving throw amounts to.
18.
35.
What?
5.
I don't think you're correct there, Stian.
What?
Your wisdom save is only a +2, so you would have to have rolled a 33.
Wait, what? No, I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3?
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Okay, so you got a 5.
Okay.
I also got a 5.
Derek got a 5, and Bridget?
Oh, he thought you said 30.
Oh, okay. No, it's dirty 5.
Got a 12.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, Yakis, you are the only one who saves, as the rest of you take 4 points of psychic damage. Even in your rage, you are not resistant to psychic damage, Stian. So all of you take 4 points of psychic damage as the pain and fear rushes through your mind. Yakis, you did not take any. And roll a religion check.
Ooh, I like to think I'm good at religion. 24.
24. You
Oh,
have
nat 20. Let's go, baby.
What are you rolling a nat 20 for?
The religion check. Wait, or is it just him?
It's just him. The rest
God
of you
damn
are
it.
in massive pain and with the worst headache. You have a massive migraine combined with existential dread.
Great.
With a 24, or no, yeah, you had a 24, Yakis? Or
Yes, sir. 24.
All right. You know the story of the vicar Amelia. She is the boogeyman to every little friar boy or little whatever they call kids that go to church in your world.
Mm-hmm.
Every little boy and girl in their version of Sunday school going to see the cleric, they hear tales and their mothers tell them in the middle of the night when they want them to behave of the vicar Amelia. She is actually a story directly from your world. She is a fearful creature that hunts through the woods and comes upon villages, terrorizing them for nights. Every single story you've ever heard of this leaves villages completely barren. Nobody has ever stumbled across something claiming to be her wrath and found even bodies, just stains of blood and guts, maybe a finger or hand, leg, but never a full body intact has ever survived anything that's been claimed where she's passed. The only whispers are that a lady in a beautiful white dress passes through, and anytime she approaches a town, the next 7 nights are filled with dread as nobody has ever survived. There's no knowledge of who she is or what she or why she does this or what's happened, but all you know is to fear the oncoming of the lady in the white dress, and that every church has a rule, that every monastery has a rule that you can't say no when she asks to stay the night, but that you may not see your next morning. For some reason, nobody in your world can tell you the logic behind why you would let somebody in if you knew that you would not see the next morning. But you know now that this is her. And you wondered why everybody always talked about this as if it was in the past. They still keep telling these stories, but they're always from long ago. Now, perhaps, maybe she's been here a while, and I'm just leaving that. But she's now here. And you also, as the moon rises and you all are coming to your senses, we transition back to this map, and the earth starts shaking. Everything, you hear crumbling sounds as the lights in the sky, all the stars start going out, and the moon starts fading, and you still hear her howling as the earth starts breaking beneath your feet. And somehow, as the stones crumble away from you, and you look down into nothingness and a dull glow below you, you're still floating there, standing. The only one actually on solid ground at the moment is Dirg, not being in the stands or not being on the field. As, bear with me here, the lights and the stars go out. The corners, if you can see here in the corners of this map, they start glowing, and everything else is pitch black. The dull glow beneath your feet starts getting closer and closer, and you hear crunching sounds as you see shapes starting to form beneath your feet, everybody. And that's in the wrong order. Nope. This stand starts forming, and you see this symbol come up as you find ground beneath your feet now. And I need to put this on here as well. She is not that big. Holy hell.
I thought they seemed kind of easy.
And as she's howling, you see, you didn't even hear it. Anybody have a passive perception over 15?
Of what?
15?
20.
20.
With passive perceptions of 20 or anything over 15, you notice that as she's howling, as all this is happening, the gate behind Stian, the one right below the announcer's booth, you start hearing barking and growling and the sounds of a mad dog, or what you can only assume is a mad dog, until you look and you see that barking behind you, running full tilt out of the gate, out of the hallway. And we will re-roll initiative with it appearing right at the edge, right? So basically, it'll still be underneath the overhang, the balcony.
All right. Is my cloud of dagger still there?
What is the duration of that?
Let me see. It's cloud of daggers. Concentration up to a minute. I think we took more than a minute there. Yeah.
It was 3 rounds, 3 rounds beforehand. 7 rounds at 6 minutes. Yeah. This whole time probably.
Yeah. And, all
right.
right. Am I able to recognize this symbol that's under there?
The symbols? You can roll another religion check if you want.
All right. Religion check for 19.
Essentially, these are the symbols of a demonic creature, maybe a god, maybe a demon from your lore that you've heard of. Essentially, it pretty much meets every qualification for what the modern day people, or what Earth we would call Baphomet. It's kind of satanic. It's not a goat creature, a goat demon. It's more of a deer demon. Your Periton is kind of interestingly apropos here.
All right. Is she still on the field?
She is standing at the gate. She is 5 feet. She is standing right on the field. Yes.
I can't see her.
Okay.
She's like right where my head is.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
She's at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. Do I know of in the stories of what she wants, or that she's just to never be refused hospitality?
Well, it's not even never be refused. That's just part of the lore, is that you don't refuse her, but you're still going to die anyway. Essentially, there's some kind of people. I don't know. It's one of those interesting situations where, because of tradition, because of lore, because of fear, because of it, your punishment could possibly be the worst, perhaps, if you were to. But maybe if you let her kill you, you're not going to, I don't know, go to the bad afterlife. But if you do refuse her, you would.
Okay. Let me roll initiative here.
Yes, everybody's initiative if you've got it.
13.
13 for Durg.
4.
Was that 24 or 4, ma'am?
4.
Bridget is 4. All right.
20.
20 for Rocket. And what was that, Stan?
Dirty 14. Sorry, my dogs are barking. I'm keeping myself muted because they're.
You're okay. You're okay. I'm not really. Let your dogs bark. Dirty 14. Your initiative is 3. So, Dirty 14 includes that. Yeah. Okay. So Stan is 14, and these guys are. Okay. Yakish, you are first.
All right, so I see her there, and make a nature check to see what the heck is coming out, or would an Arcana check work?
Religion or Arcana would work.
It's the same roll for me, so 14.
On which one, Religion or Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay. Arcana, this is a specifically demonic creature. It is called a Morvud, Morvudd. It is a minion or a something that is under the control of the equivalent of Baphomet. The name of that demon being Amelia, seeming why she is the elf creature is named the Vicar of Amelia.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So.
But you do know it is a fiend, specifically a demon, if that matters.
Yeah. So. All right. Is it fair to say that she's summoned and controlling this thing?
Well, I mean, he howled. It appeared.
Okay. So I am going to. How far away is it from me? Considering I'm like 60 feet in the air.
It is another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 feet by 60 foot. I don't know how to do Pythagorean theorem that fast. It's probably a good 80 foot from you.
All right. So,
And actually, truthfully, I gave you the roll but you probably
About 74 feet.
You probably can't even see it, actually. You heard it. We'll say you got that roll and that knowledge based on hearing it, but actually by the angle, because you're 60 foot in the air and it's below the balcony.
Okay, so
you
can I see the announcer?
Yes, you can definitely see the announcer. The announcer is sitting exactly where that thing's token is.
All right.
Because that thing is technically below the balcony.
Can I fly to him and start demanding what the hell he thinks he's doing?
He is 30 foot below you. And so if you wanted to fly, like, I don't know, if you wanted to fly down to his level or a little bit above him, you could get within 15 foot of him, maybe.
Well, I have 60 foot of flight.
Yes, I understand. But to fly down at an angle so you're not 30 foot above him, you would lose a little bit of that. So I'm going to say you could fly 40 foot horizontally if you want to go 15 foot down.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so you're about 10 or 15 foot above him, and you are around about there.
All right, I'm gonna turn to him. I'm like, what do you think you're doing, having this monster show up here?
She has been here for 1,078 years. She is our champion. She will become perfect.
By what? Feeding us as sacrifices?
If you win, you do not perish. Prove you are perfect. Prove you should become perfect.
No! Fuck you!
Logic.
I love everybody's imperfections. They make great jokes. Can I attack the announcer?
By this point, this conversation is pretty much the extent of your action. Can bonus action something if you'd like, but that's about the extent.
Well, I am going to bonus action cast at what level is this? This is it's just a second level. I'm going to cast Kinetic Jaunt.
Okay.
It's concentration up to a minute. Magically empower your movement with dance-like steps, giving yourself the following benefits of duration. Your walking speed increased by 10 feet. You don't provoke opportunity attacks. You can move through the space of another creature. It doesn't count as difficult terrain. Now, because of the spell, let me see, a spell Find Greater Speed. Control mountain combat.
Cat applies to it. Yes.
Yes. Any spell cat also targets the mount, so the mount effectively has the same effects as Kinetic Jaunt.
Yes. Still
Okay.
only has 70 or 60 foot fly speed, but he now has 10 foot faster fly.
I'm more concerned about not getting attacks of opportunity.
Sure.
That'll be my turn.
All righty. Next up on the Price is Right is the Morvud. who will run out from underneath the stand or underneath the balcony and attack Stian, I think. Is that the right one? Yes. Yes, easily reaches Stian and more than 35. Yes, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as it charges at you and gore you with its antlers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's a 20, right?
A d20 plus your dex save.
Okay. That's a nat 1. What's up? Let's go, baby! Oh, 34.
If you rolled a nat 1, that's a nat 1. There's no pluses. You fail.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong die. 2d6.
Right.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage and are thrown backwards 10 feet and knocked prone, which means anything would have an attack of opportunity on you until you stand up, and it takes half your movement to stand up.
Okay.
Now, I say all of that, and he has no more... wait a second. Yes, he moves forward now menacingly. Yeah, he moves menacingly. Basically, he follows you as you fell and attempts to gore you. So this is +4. He rolls a nat 1 on the first gore and a 6 on the second gore. So he fails. And it is your turn now, actually.
So I have...
You are thrown on the ground.
So I have to use my movement action to get up, right?
Half your movement, yes.
Half movement. So I'm going to use that movement to get up.
All righty.
That's a 20. That's a 20 again, right?
Oh, you don't have to roll or anything to stand up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stand up, and let's see here. Let me go through my list. Let's see. Is this class as an animal?
As in a regular animal? No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's a demon, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is a fiend, technically, but it is a demonic fiend, yes.
Does he still have the bardic inspiration I gave him earlier?
How long does it last?
10 minutes. I know I gave him it first round, and I know I gave Bridget it right before he ended the last combat.
It has not been 10 minutes. At most, it's been a minute and a half.
Okay, so yeah.
How close is it to me?
It is 5 feet from you. It is standing right next to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my unarmed strike attack and headbutt it right on its noggin.
Okay. You are headbutting this ugly ass thing. Got it.
I'll headbutt it.
D20 plus your strength modifier.
Oh boy. Come on, let's go. Hey, blow on it. Okay, nat 10 plus 9 is 19 on the attack roll.
All right, 19 will hit. And you do 1 damage.
What is... Damn.
Or is it 1 plus your strength, rather? Yeah, you do 6 damage.
Okay.
It is a flat 6.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
All righty.
Hi, Ranger.
So you did... you still have 1 more attack.
I guess I'll attack with my great axe.
Sure.
If I can. Okay, so Ranger, Jesus, dude. Nat 14. Ranger.
So nat 14 plus 9 is 23. Yep. You hit.
All right, and then another of these guys. Net 6. That guy. Ranger. Out, boys. Jesus.
So on a D12, you got what?
6.
6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay.
All righty. You have, let's see here. You have 20 foot of movement left if you want to move at all. But if you leave its attack range, you would provoke attack of opportunity.
I'm going to move as far away as possible.
Okay. You would provoke attack of opportunity as you run away. I'm assuming you don't want to run towards the other bitch either.
No.
All righty. Then you are going to run. We'll say you want to go left or right?
Let's go right.
All righty. You're going to go, say, 20 foot there.
Mm-hmm.
And you take an attack of opportunity in the process, which is it misses. All righty. Next up on the Price is Right is the Vicar.
Fuck.
Hey. She will clench her claws and slam them to the ground, sending out a shockwave in a line 20 foot from her. Basically, it's only going to hit Bridget.
Yay.
And it's 15 foot wide, but 20 foot long, but it can only hit Bridget. I need a dexterity saving throw as a shockwave rumbles across the ground. As I make the lady who has internet that makes it freeze do a roll. As we wait here, as she pulverizes the ground.
I don't know if she can hear me, but if she wants, I can just roll straight D20s in the roll 20 thing, and she can add her bonuses to that.
We can try that once she comes back, maybe if she'd like. Is she back? I don't know. Puppy dog, where are you at? I don't see you anymore. No puppy, he's not there. That's a shame.
Let's see.
All right.
4. Reminder, Bridget, you do still have Bardic Inspiration. If you
I
want
got
to
a
add
4.
You got a 4. Okay. All righty. Let's roll real quick.
Reminder, Bridget, you do have Bardic Inspiration.
Can I use that?
Yeah, for let me see. I do believe yes for saves. Let me check. Yeah, for saving throws, yes.
Is it a D8?
It's a D10.
It is a D10. You can use it if you would like.
Okay, I'll go ahead and use it.
Do you want me to roll it, Sarah? Since you freeze every time you roll?
Would you like him to roll so you don't freeze?
Yes, could you, please? Would you, please?
Here goes a D10. That comes up as a 7.
So 4 plus 7 is 11. Unfortunately, you would still fail and take 44 points of bludgeoning damage and be knocked down.
Bridget, by the way, also, what was the number that came up on that D10?
7.
7 plus 4, you get that in temporary hit points.
Good.
Okay, so technically, those temporary hit points are wiped by the 44, and you take 33 points of damage.
33.
Okay, well,
and are knocked prone.
Hopefully, you're not.
She should not be dead.
All right now.
I don't think I'm dead.
No, you shouldn't be. It is now Dirk's turn.
Shit, I just had a thought. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah. Still attacking from my hidden. By the way, I thought I moved down to the over the east gate. Yeah.
You did. I just never moved you, apparently.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing a basic attack for the moment, and we'll see what happens from there.
All righty.
32?
Do you happen to remember what your stealth roll was? I think it was a 30-something.
Stealth roll was 31.
All righty. And she did not see you, so you hit.
All right. So that gives me 9 points off of the regular hit, then sneak attack. Man, that's a terrible roll. Up to 17. I'm also going to do that one thing, the favored foe.
All right, for Hunter.
You hit a creature with that. Yeah, you can make a mark, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I'm using one charge of that and keeping her marked. That adds a D4. So it was up to 17. Something good? Okay. 21. She was at full hit points when we started, huh?
Correct.
Okay. So we're doing second attack. Just a standard one. 30.
That will hit.
Probably hit. All right, so basic damage off of that is 15. Then Colossus Slayer, since she is now below total hit points, gets me another 8. So 23. And I think I only get the, once per turn, right?
Yeah, that would
Yeah, the first time. Okay, so I think that's it.
All righty.
After all that nonsense, I would like to just. How far away is the crenellation I was at previously?
10 feet.
Okay, then I would like to move sneakily, meaning half speed, and then once I get there, do my bonus action hide. How many rolls do you want for that?
I mean, you just roll.
Okey-doke. That's a 26.
26 stealth. Okay.
That's good. I think that's everything I got.
Oh,
What was my total there?
Next up is Bridget. You are prone on the ground.
Can I move away from her, please?
Sure, you can back up. There's nothing, or move whatever direction you want. You have to stand up, which costs half your movement.
What does that leave me with?
Your total movement, it should be like towards the top of your character sheet. It should say your walking speed.
The 35 feet?
Yep. So half, it rounds down, so you have 20 feet of movement left.
Okay.
Well, that would actually be rounding up. So yeah, we'll say 20 foot. That's fine.
Well, since I'm in the middle, move me 20 feet away from her, closer to a wall in any direction.
Well, you're either moving towards Stian or you're moving.
Yeah, moving towards Stian.
Okay. You can move towards Stian. 5, 10, 15. We can say you can be there.
That's fine.
All righty. And then you have action and bonus action still.
Okay. Do I know anything about her since I know so much about lore?
You would have to roll a religion check. And she is not of your world, so it may be a little hard.
Oh.
And somebody else can roll the D20 for you if you would like.
Yeah, I just did. I got a 7 on the D20.
And your religion, or your plus, your religion skill
Religion
is a 1, so an 8. Unfortunately, you've never heard of her. You have never heard of her, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
So she was very pretty elf lady, and now she very mean-looking wolf deer elf lady. And the other thing is a very ugly dog, demon, cow, pig, deer thing. And
It's a skinwalker.
but you still have your action and bonus action to do whatever you would like with it, ma'am.
Okay. Give me 1 second to think here.
Sure.
Well, she thinks, what size are these things?
Truthfully, she is way, way bigger than what I have her at. Damn. I didn't pay attention to that. They both are way bigger than what I had them at. She is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So, by huge, I mean she is huge. So
Like, is
she
she, like,
was a
huge
regular
size?
elf size, and then she grew when she became this thing.
Mhm.
I did not realize that she was that big. I assumed she stayed the same size. And he is large. So the minion thing is about the size of a cow, and she is about the size of like a giraffe, only, you know, wolfish, humanish, like 20 foot tall.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try calling the lightning.
Okay. You need a
And
dex
at
saving
the
throw.
6th level.
At the 6th level, perfect.
Yes.
She rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
And she is going to, let's see here. Can she do that? Nope, she cannot.
no
Yep.
legendary
Roll
resistances.
your
Huh?
damage. I believe that would
What
be
is that?
10. Is that 60 10?
It's 60-10.
Okay, here we go. Grand total of 30.
All right. Thank you so much. For some reason, it doesn't look like that affected her as much as you would think.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. How did my arrows do?
They did like arrows. You thought you shot her pretty darn good.
Okay, like normal? I'm just
Yeah.
wondering
Sure.
because magical weapon, magical ammo. Okay, just in
Yeah.
case.
Nope. You're fine. It just looked like they stuck in her and she bled like you would have expected.
Yeehaw.
But the lightning didn't really seem to bother her a whole lot.
Shit.
All righty. You have a bonus action if you would like to, but I don't believe you have much to do.
No, and
Unless
I
you
don't think
perhaps
that
want to
shove is
wild
going to do
shape.
anything for her. So, nope.
Yeah, unless you want to wild shape by chance and turn into an animal, but
Yeah, I don't think that's going to help.
You can maintain concentration on a spell, though, and it's another pool of hit points.
Yes.
I don't know what your land druid. I don't know what your CR rating is right now for animals.
Probably a 2.
We'd have to go look.
It's a 2.
A CR2.
Is it?
I think so,
And
yeah.
your
'cause
level,
it's...
you could be a flying creature or anything like that. That would be fine. So theoretically, if you want to go up to the top to game rules, go to monsters, and you would have to filter it by beast and CR of 2 or less.
Pretty sure giant eagles in them. Yeah, that's a 1.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
you
good
could
one.
be a giant eagle. You could also be
A tiger, a dire wolf.
yeah. A
All
lot of
those
these
are under it.
dinosaurs and stuff, you would depend on if you've seen them. But tiger, dire wolf, cave bear, and auroch,
Oh, yeah, polar bear is a 2.
giant wolf, giant hyena, giant elk, polar bear, yeah. Any of these things you could become, and if you'd like, you don't have to.
Let's go with the dire wolf.
Okay. then you start transforming into a dire wolf, and I'm not going to waste the time on getting a token out for that. We'll just remember that you are a dire wolf standing next to Stan. Stan, you watch this elf thing that's been shooting lightning turn into a dire wolf next to you, while you've watched this other elf lady turn into a wolf.
So,
But one's a wolf on 4 legs, one's a wolf on 2 legs.
so I have handle animal. Can I hop on said dire wolf?
Yes. It is not your turn, unfortunately, but
Okay,
you can definitely keep that in mind.
I will.
She's
Thematic. Next up is Yakus. It is your turn.
All right. How far am I distance-wise from the monster here?
The Morvid or the Vicar?
Morvid.
The Morvid, you are only about 10 feet away from it horizontally, and you are about 40 foot above it.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my Periton initiate a dive attack on it.
Okay.
Which and dive attack, the Periton's flying dives at least 30 feet straight toward a target and then hits with a melee weapon attack. The attack deals an extra 9 or an extra 2d8 damage to the target. So I'm gonna have him do the gore attack.
Okay.
I'm do talons. Sweep down, do talons.
Alrighty.
So it's a melee weapon attack. I guess I gotta do a custom roll for this. Let me see. Melee weapon attack plus 5 to hit, 5 reach on target. So it's a d20, right?
Yes. Every attack roll is always a d20.
All right. So I'm gonna have it roll a d20. Roll. Okay. To everyone. Roll a d20. 2 plus 5. That's a 7.
With the modifier?
With the plus 5. I rolled only a 2. So
okay, that would miss.
All right, but since I am within range of it now, I am going to actually try and smack it with my great club.
Hey, Steven, he stole your great club.
All right, so I'll roll. Does a 21 hit it?
It sure does.
All right, for 13 damage.
All righty.
And if it's how much fly speed distance do I have left?
10 feet.
All right, because I went down like 40 for that. All right, I'm going to fly 10 feet, basically like.
You're still about 10 feet off the ground right now.
Yeah, so I want to get 10 feet higher.
Okay, if you're flying 10
This is like
feet
a flyby
higher,
attack. I wanted to fly by, smack him, and get out of the way.
do you have flyby ability? Does the Periton have flyby?
Yes, and even if it didn't, it has a kinetic jaunt on it, so it doesn't provoke the actual correct. And then I'm going to give. I want to give Bardic Inspiration again to Bridget.
All right. And at the end of your turn, because I should have been doing these already multiple times and keep forgetting, the Vicar releases another howl. And you can just see as she howls, the blood that was dripping from the arrow wound starts to seep up back into the wound. And you never know. She might have healed a little bit.
That's no good.
All righty. Next up is the Morvid, who will, because that's all he can do, because he cannot reach. Actually, no, I do apologize. Let's see here. He will lower his head towards the ground, and the glowing red gem on top of its forehead, or the red gem on top of its forehead, starts glowing and pulsing. Any creature within a 180-degree arc in front of it that can see it, so that would literally be everybody except for the vicar. All four of you need to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Hiding behind a pillar?
Based on the angle I put you at, now we can argue that you may not be at that angle.
I was hiding from her. So
Yeah,
right.
I was assuming you were hiding from her. So based on the angle, you can see him.
All right, Constitution saving throw for me is
Dirty 23.
All right, Stan, you're good.
9.
14. Does my mount need to roll a Constitution saving throw?
Does need to roll that? Yes.
All right. So its Constitution is 13. So I rolled a 14. It rolled an 18.
All righty. Drug and Dirk.
Oh, sorry, it rolled a 19. Sorry.
Dirk and Bridget.
Yeah.
What was your roll?
I rolled a 9. Do you want me to do a D20 for you?
Please.
12 on the die.
+1.
That'll be fine. Dirk, you are overcome with demonic visions.
Shit.
For the visions cause you to be blind and deaf.
Oh, damn.
And it is now the Stian's turn.
Is there a duration on this?
Until you roll a DC something roll. Constitution saving throw. Or we kill him.
Oh, I woulda.
You are probably 15 feet from one guy, and you could reach the other guy too.
Damn. Can I power attack? I'm not used to like this 5e.
Yes, unfortunately, there's no power attack. What you're probably thinking of, you can. Is reckless attack a berserk? I think that is a berserker ability. You could reckless attack, which would give you advantage on your attack roll.
Oh.
However, all attack rolls till the start of your next turn have advantage against you.
That is correct. Yes. Anything that if you reckless, you get advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reckless attack.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're going to run towards the morbid or the vicar.
I'm gonna look at the map here. Let's go with the vicar.
All right. As you run towards the vicar, nice. All righty. You are reckless attacking, so you have advantage. You can roll twice and take the higher. And you also still have inspiration, but I think for Creation Bard that goes towards damage.
That goes towards attack rolls. Let me look at this exactly to be sure. Bardic Inspiration is ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws.
Okay, you gave him actually a mote of creation, is what you gave him.
Yeah, so if he uses it on an attack roll, it does extra thunder damage.
Okay. Cool.
Use an ability check, he can re-roll the Bardic Inspiration die used for whatever he won. If he uses it on a saving throw, he gets temporary hit points.
Gotcha. All right, so you have advantage, Steen, on your attack roll?
All right, making my attack roll.
Awesome.
Oh, nat 16.
Okay, plus 9 is a hit.
Okay. So, another 20.
20 damage?
No, sorry. I roll the 20 again.
Okay, well, you hit on your first roll. You can roll again on it to try to crit, though.
Okay.
You can crit fish.
All right. That's a 13.
Okay, you hit on your first run. So that your first attack hits, so you can roll damage, a D12.
12.
All right, 12 plus 5 is 17. You have another attack.
Another attack. Sick. All right. My 20. 17 nat.
You can crit fish. You hit on that.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I probably won't get anything better.
All righty.
Go for the crit.
I mean, you could crit.
Why would you not go for the crit?
Quill. All right. 14.
All righty. Roll damage on that one.
Can't win if you don't.
10.
All righty. That's a 10 on the die?
Yep.
All right. So that's
sorry.
15,
Yeah.
18 damage, or 15 damage. So you are, because you're not currently raging, because you would like to rage, you can.
Mhm.
And I'll let you post it to before the roll because we weren't paying attention. But you would have stopped your rage when you during in between battles, the time period you would have ran out of rage. But I will definitely let you, if you want to rage, we can apply it to these two rolls.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll rage out.
So
I got 3 more rounds.
Not a problem. You rage for 10 rounds, and you can do it like multiple times a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Math, okay. That's good enough. At the end of your round, she will use a bite attack and attempt to bite you. And nat 20 on that. And we'll do 2d10 when I find them. 4 and 7 is 11. Plus, you take 16 piercing damage halved because you're raging. So you take 8 piercing damage. And it is now the Vicar's turn, actually.
Oh, shit.
And she will, let's see here. She will make 2 claws and a bite at you because you're in her way. Her claw gets the hit. And I know you're going to survive all these, so I'm going to roll all 3. The third one is a 12 to hit, which misses. And the third is over 20, so it hits. So you got hit with 1 claw and 1 bite. So that's 2d6 plus 2d10 plus a number, which will equal 8 plus 15 is 23 plus you'll take 33 piercing and slashing damage divided by 2 is 16 damage. So you take 16 damage from those 3 attacks, and it is now Durg's turn.
Con save at the top of my turn?
This stupid homebrewed monster does not actually tell me in the stat sheet, so I'm going to be nice and say yes.
18?
You're no longer deaf or blind.
Is that my action?
No, we'll say it's not.
All right. Does she know I'm there?
You got what, like a 20 something?
26.
26. And her perception, she got 24 on total.
All right. Okay, so attacking with advantage. I'm also doing this as a sharpshooter shot. So
okay,
minus 5.
10, minus 5 plus 10 to damage.
Yeah. 30, so 25?
That'll hit.
All right. So we got the basic shot was 9. The favored foe gives me another 4 for 13. Sneak attack 4d6 is 11, brings me up to 24. Plus 10 is 34 on the first hit.
Oh
yeah, plus Colossus, which is another d8. So 6 added to the first hit.
She's still up. She's not looking great comparatively, but she doesn't look like she's going to go down immediately.
All right. Second attack. No advantage. 17.
That will hit.
Oh man. Okay. I think I burned all of my special shit on the first one.
Probably, yeah.
So
you can technically do that one. You've already rolled it. So we'll say you can't call a sharpshooter on that one.
Thought I only got that once per turn.
I thought it was you could call it on any roll, but it may not be. But either way, you didn't call it.
Well, I didn't, so
yeah. So
and it probably would have missed anyway.
Yeah, you would have missed if you'd have called sharpshooter. Yes.
All right. Well, that's 15 more points, and I don't think I have anything else I can spin on that.
All righty. She's still up at the end of your turn. Let's see. Did it pass?
I got movement.
She used one there and one there, so she is out of legendary points for this round. You're fine. You can move.
Yeah, I am again going to. What I want to do is move. How far is the next crenellation to the northwest?
They're about 10 feet apart.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving south 5 feet, and then I'm going to duck below the little wall. Okay. And then I'm going to move the rest of the way back in the opposite direction to the. I'm trying to fake her out.
Okay,
moving
so
the rest
you
of the way
move 5
back
feet south, duck below the wall,
and then move 15 feet back up around the loop.
What's
to get me behind the next
speed?
30.
Okay, you can make it. But just barely, because you're moving slower as you're kind of duck walking to stay below the wall.
Fair enough.
But you're you can make it.
All right, hiding is a bonus action.
Yep, cunning action.
32.
Okay, you think you're pretty darn hidden. I freaking hate rogues.
I love them.
It is now Bridget's turn.
Okay, so I'm a dire wolf now.
You are.
So what I want to do is I want to move closer
to which one?
Her. To her.
You have all of the physical stats of a dire wolf. Strength.
I think that's 50 feet.
On, but you have your own mental stats: intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Okay. So I want to use the bite, the weapon attack.
Okay. And does direwolf have pack tactics?
Yes.
Okay, you have advantage. And are you attempting to roll, or does somebody else want to? I know he bounced, disappeared. So, Yakus, do you want to roll a d20 for
Yeah,
her?
sure.
Oh, he's back.
Hello?
He's
okay.
back.
Yeah, I got booted. I don't know why. Sarah, I've got Direwolf pulled up if you want to know anything. Your move speed is 50.
Yep. She's doing a bite attack at advantage.
Yeah, pack tactics?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
So, get a d20 roll on that, perchance?
Oh, yeah. I forgot on her dice.
Thank you.
Trying to make coffee. Okay. Oh, it's an advantage. Thank goodness, because that was a 2. 15 on the die.
And the attack modifier on bite for direwolf
is +5.
20 will hit.
And then damage die. Would you like me to go ahead and roll that?
Please.
That's 2d6 +3. Good rolls. All right. That's 11 points of damage.
All righty, perfect. She is still up. Do you have any multi-attack as a direwolf?
She does not.
Oh,
I don't.
right.
No.
Well, you get a pool of free hit points is always a good thing, especially because I think you were probably on the lower side. Next up is because you're not really gonna have any bonus actions because you can't cast spells. You can't cast any spells, but you can maintain concentration. Call lightning. Was that 1 minute or how long did that last?
Yeah,
I
call
believe
lightning is
it's
10 rounds.
10
10
minutes.
rounds? 1 minute?
10.
So we're gonna say I don't know exactly, but we're gonna say you only have one more round of call lightning. You can use the lightning while in direwolf shape. You just couldn't cast the spell, but since you have it concentrated, you can use it.
Actually, call lightning is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then you don't. Then you have more than one round left of it. You have like
So
9
I can
more
do
minutes.
that now, right?
Is it a bone? It's an action to call it back down, right?
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, then,
it's an
yeah.
Never
So
mind.
you bit on this turn, but you can always do it on your next turn. Sure.
Okay.
You have, if you want to run away and take a hit, you've got like 25 foot of movement left, or you can stay standing there.
Do you think 25 feet would put me at the wall?
25 foot would probably 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It would get you about where my cursor is, if that's the direction you want.
Put me there.
Okay. There we go. All righty. And then, you know what? I just realized y'all have, I know somebody mentioned it. I'm moving y'all over there so you can see the vicar a little easier.
Yeah.
Isn't that a lot prettier? Thank you. Nick, you're so awesome at this. I know. All righty. Next up is top of the round is Yakis's turn.
Okay, and let me see. I'm how far up now?
You're about 20 foot up in the air above, about 10 feet above this Morvad.
All right. Can I make some sort of check to see if like there's something controlling her?
Controlling her?
The vicar, yes.
You can try to see. You can make an Arcana or a religion check.
I'll do religion. I mean, they're both the same dice for me.
They are, but your answer might be different.
Okay, well, it was religion at 22.
At religion at 22, you do know that she is a sentient being in general, when she's on her own plane, like on your planet. Mm-hmm. As far as you know, she's a sentient being of her own accord. She's not like being like controlled theoretically by anything other than her devotion to her demonic overlord or her acceptance of her rule of him. But of course, this is, from what you're understanding, you're not there, and she's been missing from your world for, according to the announcer, 1,000+ years. Could they theoretically be magically controlling her or have some kind of pressure on her to make her do this? Theoretically, yes. Or she could be doing this of her own bloodlust because she likes killing shit.
Or they could just basically bringing people in here to act as a human sacrifice at this point.
People, things, places, all things sacrificed for the greater good of perfection.
Very good. Okay, so let me see. I want to. How far? I'm 20 feet above the ground, 20 feet above the.
You're 20 feet above the ground, about 10 feet above the top of that thing's head.
All right, I want to go up another 20 feet of movement.
Okay.
so I can have it do another dive attack. And I didn't realize this. I have multi-attack, so it gets to do 2 attacks.
Sure. Only the first attack would have the advantage of the dive bomb
Right.
or whatever the heck your ability was called.
Yes, but before I have it do the dive attacks, I'm going to have it go up that amount. I'm going to cast the cantrip True Strike,
Alrighty, you were.
which
This is
it's
hilarious.
it's 30 feet. So you point a finger at target range. Your magic grants you brief insight in target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage in your first attack roll against the target.
Sure,
And that does extend to my mount as well.
sure. You were
So-
using what many 5e players would consider the worst cantrip in the game.
That's fine. So I'm going to have it do the talent attack first, the dive attack. So that's going to be D20 plus 5 to attack. So I'm going to do it now. D20, which is a nat 20 with plus 5 to 25.
You don't need a plus 5. You don't need you could have a negative 20 on your modifier. And that 20 is a hit.
All right, so that was the first one with the claws as a dive attack. So it does 2d8 plus 2d4 plus 3 plus an extra 2d8 damage.
It does more than that. It does, because you crit, take all of that dice, maximize it, then add the dice to it, then add the modifiers.
Okay, so
That makes
2d4, which is okay. So it's 2d4 maximized.
So 2d4 is 8.
All right, and then
Plus
the extra
2d4.
2. Okay, plus 2d4, and then an extra 2d8.
Plus 2d8, plus 16, plus whatever your modifiers were.
All right, so we have 8 plus 16.
Is 24.
Rolling dice and plus 3. Okay. So 8, 16 plus 3 is a total
27.
All right. And then we're going to roll 2d4. Let me see. D4. 2d4. And since it's damage, I'll also roll the, what is it, 2d8?
Yes.
All righty. For a grand total plus, what was the number before?
27
Plus 18.
is 45.
All right, on the claw. Is it dead?
It is not dead. It
Then it will
looks like
also attack with thorn.
you dove down and the Periton gripped its claws into its back and literally ripped fist-sized chunks out of its back of flesh and blood and gore, and you see it like almost collapse to the ground in like pain and damage as that hurt.
It's going to follow up with its gore melee weapon attack, which is a plus 5 to hit. Which is, let me just give it a d20. How do you add numbers to this?
You can actually, on the Periton stat sheet, you should be able to click next to the attack and actually just roll.
Where is its stat sheet?
You would have to go to the monster manual and look it up, or you can go to extras. On your character sheet, you should be able to go to extras and find it.
All right. Let me just do this right now. Just a basic d20, which is another nat 20.
Stupid bastard.
Got it.
Is the core, which is 1d8 plus 3. So it's
1d8 plus 11.
Okay, 1d8 plus 11. Okay, so 11 plus 7 is 19 damage.
All right, it's still up as you ripped chunks out of its back and then stabbed the antlers of the Periton right into its back. This is like antler on antler fight with a wolf thing, with a dire wolf. It's a big cluster.
All right, and the spell is my action, right?
Yes, the spell was your action.
All right, so let me see. I'm going to just go ahead and just take as much flight upwards as I can.
Okay, you used what 20? What did you do? 20 foot up last time or something like that?
20 to go up, and then dive attack.
Another,
Yeah.
another 40. Oh no, you drove down, so now you're going to be. You went up 20 and then you went down 30, so you have 10 foot of movement left. So you can get above it 10 feet. So
yeah,
theoretically, unless it had kind of range or it jumped, it could attack you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of its initial range anyway.
That'd be my turn, yeah.
And at the end of your turn, the vicar will release another howl as more of the wounds start healing all over it. And it is now the Morvid's turn. And nothing is
she healing on her own or be due to the damage that I'm causing to this thing, like a sacrifice?
She howls and she heals.
I just noticed that for now, the second time she howled immediately after my turn.
Pretend out of character that those actions that she's doing in between y'all's turns is just when I happen to remember that she has legendary actions.
Okay, I thought maybe it's like I'm screwing us all over because I'm hurting this thing, and hurting this thing is a sacrifice to heal her or something.
Nah, I've been hurting it.
Never know. On the Morvid's turn, he will charge up to 45 feet. And we're say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. And we're going to say he's going to charge at Stian. And there he is. And he's going to charge at Stian and make a charge attack. So Stian needs a DC or a DC something. You don't know. A dexterity saving throw.
Does Stian still have... He has that bardic advantage I gave him again, right? Or inspiration, I mean.
He is yet to use the mode of creation or the mode of possibility or whatever your mode is called. Yes.
All right, I'll use the mode then.
Okay. Well, you use it by adding it to your roll afterwards if you need it, if you think you need it. You roll a d20 and you're making a dex save.
Yeah. I will use it now.
Okay. So you would roll another d10 and add that to it.
Okay. Oh shit! 18. And then the 10. Oh, I dropped it. Fuck. No.
So you had a 21 plus your d10.
Yeah. I have no idea where that dice went. It went under my computer table.
Well,
it's probably a 10 though.
You succeeded either way.
Okay.
But whatever he rolled on the 10, he gets that plus 4 back in temporary hit points.
Unless you could find the die, we're going to take the average and say you got 5 temporary hit points.
No, 5 plus 4.
5 plus 4?
Yeah, it's whatever it was plus 4 temporary hit points.
So you have 9 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And you succeeded on that dex save, so you did not fall prone or take any extra damage. But he does attempt to 2 gores on you, and you are flanked, so he can make so he will actually gore and kick rather. On the gore attack, he gets a 14. Your AC is 16, so he will miss. And the gore attack is a dirty 20. So, the kick attack is a dirty 20. So you take 2d6. You take 11 plus 4 is 15. Halved is you take 7 bludgeoning damage. And I need a strength save from you. And of that 6 damage you took, 9 of it you had temporary, so now you have 3 temporary hit points left.
Mm-hmm. Nat 19.
You succeeded on your strength save. You do not go flying. And it is now the vicar's turn to heal again by howling. Actually, well, it wasn't the vicar's turn, but the vicar uses another legendary action to heal. And it is now your turn, Stian.
I'm going to attack with my great axe. Oh shit! 18 again.
I don't care what your plus is, you hit.
And then my D12. 10.
So 15.
Was it 10 you said?
Yeah. Nat 10. So
A 10 plus 5 is a 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 3, raging.
You are correct. Plus 3,
Yeah.
so 18. She's still up.
Okay. I have another action, right?
You have another attack, yes.
Yes. I'm going to do the same thing. One more again.
Hit her again.
Another 18.
You hit again.
And then the D10. 7.
Plus 5, plus
5,
3
plus
is
3.
15.
Yeah.
She's still up, and you have sliced into her multiple times. She's been bitten. She's been shot with arrows. She does not look healthy. She does not look good. She is ragged and heaving and clutching at wounds and does not look good at all.
Okay. Well,
And
then,
it is.
my turn's
You can
over,
move
right?
if you'd like. If you move, you're taking 2 attacks of opportunity. Anything
If I
else?
move?
Yeah. If you moved, you'd take 2 attacks of opportunity. So anything else you'd like to do in your turn besides attack?
I'm not sure. I guess I'll just chill. I gotta get some water boiling, so
Okay.
I'll end my turn.
All righty. It is the Morvid's turn. Or sorry, the Morvid went before. It is the Vicar's turn. And she will... Let's see. She will clench the holy pendant around her neck and
Periactive healing.
engulf herself in lights as she heals more. And you see all of her wounds just start going in, healing up. There are still wounds left on her body, but all of them look much less deep as all of the blood seeps in back into her body. She still looks wounded, but maybe not as much. All righty. It is now Dirk's turn.
Has she spotted me? I hope not.
I have now. It is your turn.
Yeah, but has she noticed me?
Oh, has she noticed you?
31?
Hell no.
All right. We're doing it. Sharpshooter shot at advantage from hiding.
All righty.
Oh my god, I think I missed. 12?
You missed.
Second attack. 22.
That hits. No
right.
attack on this one, though.
Yeah, I know. 13, but I still get Colossus and favored foe.
Yep.
15 and a D4. God, that's disappointing. 18 points of damage.
All righty. She is up still. She's still standing. She looks
Yeah,
pretty,
no.
relatively speaking, compared to what she was earlier, she looks pretty okay.
How does Stian look? He's the one who's pinned in between them, right?
Stian, I mean, what you've taken probably 25 points of damage total out of your thing says you have 84 hit points left. He looks about an 84 out of 101.
That's not what I have. I have 77 out of 101.
Oh,
okay. So he still looks pretty good.
Yeah. If I refresh my screen, it's accurate. Okay, there you go. Yeah. 70 something out of 100.
Yeah.
He's about 70%.
All right, then I'm not going to be a distraction yet. I'm super sorry about the minuscule goddamn damage, but I'm going to do my sneak thing. I'm doubling back the previous direction that I did.
Oh, jeez. All righty.
And then hiding.
Roll a stealth.
Maxed. 33.
All
Got a crit.
righty.
I don't exist. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nat 20. I mean, some DMs use nat 20s as, or they don't use it on anything but attacks, but I do. Any roll of a 20 is an automatic success.
20 plus 13 is still a 33.
Yeah. So the only way anybody could see you right now is if they also nat 20'd on their perception.
Okay. Sorry about the shitty damage, team.
All righty. It is Bridges' turn.
I'm just going to start with the calling of the lightning.
Okay. Dex save. 11 plus 13 is lower than your 14 DC. So you hit. And this is
40. How many?
I'm on the 6th level. So
yeah,
the 60-10.
Yep,
60-10?
60-10.
Not bad. 44.
As of last time, it doesn't look like this hurts her nearly as much as you would expect. But you do solidly hit her right in the back with a lightning bolt. You smell burnt hair. You smell charred flesh. But as direct of an impact as that was, it does not seem to be quite what you would have thought. All righty. You have movement or bonus action if you'd like.
Since my bonus actions are nothing, that'll be my turn.
All righty. It is back to the top, Yakis.
How far am I away from Stian?
From Stian, you are 30 foot up in the air and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So a 30 by 30 triangle, you're about 45 foot away from him.
All right. What I want to do is I'm above the head of the deer thing, right?
Oh, your thing and their things are all kind of deer things. But yes, even the big one, you are above its head.
All right. So what I want to fly over it, go down so I can touch Stian, and using my Clee Lyre, I want to cast Protection from Good and Evil on him.
All right. So you're flying 30 foot over and 30 foot down for about a 45 foot. If you want to fly in a straight line, you'll have 15 foot remaining.
Will I get a provoke an attack of opportunity if I do that?
You have not been hit, so you still have concentration on your ability that says no.
All right, yeah. So, in that case, I will go to straight 45 to touch him and cast Protection from Evil and Good. Specifically, obviously, and I'm going to specify these things are fiends, right?
The Morvid, is a fiend. She is something. If I'm not mistaken, you rolled like a really high roll. She is not a fiend technically. She's a monstrosity.
All right. Well, that doesn't. I can give him protection against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. So I'm going to give him advent against fiends.
Okay.
So I'm going to fly down there, touch him, and use a charge.
It covers all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it covers all of them, but there's only one of them on the battle right now.
That's fine. So I do that to give him that, which means that creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against him. He also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if he was already charmed, frightened, or possessed, he has advantage on any saving throws, but he's not. So so I do that, and then how much movement do I have left afterwards? 45, so 15?
Yep. You have
15
movement.
Yeah, I want to then fly as far as I can towards Durg.
Okay.
And I want to give him my bardic inspiration.
All righty. So I should have probably just moved your character before, but you flew over here, and in 15 foot you fly to there.
Yep.
All right, so I got a D10 to play with?
Yes.
You do.
And some interesting stuff can happen if you end up using it on an attack roll, but
all righty. Next up is the Morvid, but in between those two rounds, she will howl and heal again. And next up, again, as I said, is the Morvid. You said he has disadvantage on attack rolls against Stian, correct?
Yes.
All righty. Thank you so much. He will attempt, again, he is flanking, so he will attempt to gore and kick Stian. The gore is a 12, which will miss, and the kick is a 16, which I believe is your AC. It is, so it hits. So Stian takes some damage and has to make a strength saving throw. Oh, and he is now back, so now he can hear. Stian, during the interim, I don't know how long you were gone, but the Bard, Yakis, gave you protection from fiends, which means they had disadvantage, which means I didn't even roll my disadvantage. 10 plus.
But you said he was.
It actually missed. So I thought I hit you in the interim, but I had disadvantage because of the protection against fiends, and he actually missed. So you were attempted to be attacked by the Morvid, and it missed.
Okay.
And it is now the end of the Morvid's turn, and the Vicar will heal again by howling. And it is your turn.
Okay.
Stian, hit it with an axe, Johnson. What you want to do?
It's Penner, but okay. I'm again going to attack the Great Axe. What's that attack? Let's see. I'm going to.
I'm assuming you are currently.
I'm going to. Sorry.
I was going to say you're currently flanked on either side. I'm assuming you're hitting the big one, the Vicar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try and use Brutal Critical.
All righty. What does Brutal Critical do?
You can roll one additional weapon damage die when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with a melee attack.
Oh, that is actually not something you have to use. It's actually just something that automatically applies if you crit.
Okay.
So if you crit, that automatically applies. You're good.
I could also try and use Relentless Rage, which is if you drop 0 hit points while you're raging and don't die, you can make a DC 10 con saving throw. If you succeed, you drop 1 hit point instead.
Correct. If that is your half-orc ability, that will also automatically apply if you do drop below 0.
Okay, sick. All right, I'm making my attack roll.
Perfect.
That is a 16. Sorry, 19. I wrote it upside down.
No worries. That will hit.
Okay. And then my D10 is an 8.
All righty. 8 plus a total of 8 is 16 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you have another attack.
Yes. I have to make another attack roll?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nat 20. God damn.
All righty. This one's actually going to be a D12 roll plus 12 plus 5 plus 8. So D12 plus 20.
Okay, here we go. The 12. It's a 9. 9 plus.
Plus 20 is 21.
Okay.
All righty. You cleave into her twice, digging your axe the first time right into her front shoulder blade, deep into it. The second time into the other shoulder blade. Her arms barely look like they could. You don't know mechanically how she could ever lift them ever again. She's standing there, reaching, looking down at you. She towers 15 feet above your head. How you reached up and hit her with this axe, I do not know. But you managed to jump in the air and slam your axe into each shoulder. And it is now her turn.
How is it still alive?
Because she has a lot of heals.
Oh my god.
She will attempt to get her ability back, and she doesn't. So she will go attempt to claw and bite at you. These feeble attempts at clawing. The first one is a 27 to hit, and the second one is a 15. So the second claw misses, and the bite is a 26. So one claw scratches across your chest. The other claw goes right over your head, and she bites down right on your shoulder as your axe was biting down on hers. Let's see here. You take 11 plus 5 is 16 points of slashing damage from the claw, which is minus 3 because of the temporary hit points, which is 13 divided by 2 because of your rage. You take 6 points of slashing damage, followed up with 16 plus 5 is 23 points of piercing damage, divided by 2 is 11. So 11 points of piercing damage there, as she bites down on your shoulder and claws you across the chest. And it's Dirk's turn.
How messed up does she look? Like as messed up as she ever has? Or not quite that bad?
Probably around as good as she was, or as bad as she was a little bit ago before she started that massive healing sprint. She does not look like you physically cannot understand how she is still standing, how she's still going.
All right, we're doing the attacks.
Okay. I do have to go soon, too. I gotta eat. So.
That's okay.
All right, we're going for it again. Sharpshooter shot, attacking from hiding with advantage.
All right.
21.
As you shoot your arrow straight into her heart, you see the gem on the top of the Morvid explode as he disintegrates into dust. And how would you like to do it?
Well, that was just my attack roll. I haven't done damage.
It doesn't matter. Your minimum damage destroys her.
Okay.
Well, my plan anyway was to come up over the crenellation and yell something like, "Oi, big and ugly!" because I'm trying to be a distraction. I wasn't going to hide after this. And the first arrow just, and preferably in an eye socket since it was a sharpshooter shot.
That shot lands right into the non-existent eye socket, right through where you thought it would be on something, and goes straight in, out the other side. You see that arrow bounce off the skull of one of the members in the crowd because she's 20 foot tall. And that angle of that shot, it goes straight into the air. You're like 60, 80 foot back. These stands are huge, fit 100,000, 200,000 robots. You see it bounce off with a ting as that you see the gaping hole the size of your arrow through her skull. And she falls to the ground as the Morvad disintegrates into ash. And the crowd goes wild. In unison. It's very odd. Very
Do the
odd.
robots know what crowd surfing is since I'm standing in front of the front row?
As you fall backwards into the crowd, you are held aloft and floating across the crowd, surfing all along. And you hear the announcer. And we have new champions.
Damn.
1,000-year reign of the vicar is no
Am I gonna have to stay here now?
She was imperfect. They are perfect.
Yeah.
And you all feel this light shining around you as you start, the coin that you all possessed, even Bridget, you didn't even know you possessed this coin. In your pocket, it's glowing and it emanates around you in your entirety. Blame a dirty pickpocket or something who reverse pickpocketed you. You start glowing in this gold light as the symbols on the ground on the field dim and fade away. You see this new symbol, this golden cog form on the ground as the lights in the corners turn to gold from the reds. All of you feel completely healed, completely energized, and realistically in the best shape of your entire life. 12 levels of adventuring leaves its aches and pains. You all feel perfect. As you were kind of maybe hovering a little bit off the ground, just a half an inch or so with the energy that was pulsing through you. You slowly come back to the ground. Dur, you're still surfing through the air, but you were surfing a half an inch above the robot hands.
It's a very gentle touch, this lot.
You're pretty sure one of them might have grabbed your butt a little more aggressively than it needed to. But it's okay.
It is not.
Is
that a boy robot or a girl robot?
It's a robot.
Well, now that I've helped win the battle, I have to go make pierogies for my fiance. So,
well, you have a good one, buddy, and I appreciate it. And we are going to end it here as your eyes fade, your image fades. You slowly forget where you are, why you're there, and the next thing you know, you all be waking up at your homes or your inns or wherever you left when you before you came here. I mean, seeing you're at a bar, you were choking on a coin that you drank in a beer, but you're going to appear back there. You'll notice specifically, the rest of you were probably sleeping. You'll notice specifically, everybody's where they were standing when you left. Time doesn't seem like it moved. And you all feel great. If you do this again, you might find out how great, how perfect you are. But I appreciate it. I think we are going to end it here, everybody.
Cool.
It has been about 4 hours, so
It has.
Yakis wakes up, he's writing all this stuff down. And there will be some limerick about grabbing a half-orc's ass.
Well, I'll tell you, next time
Echoing
we
down from
play,
the
I need
stands
to,
is,
I need
make
to
it
hear
a
that
go,
lyric.
robot.
Next time we play, you better be reciting me that limerick.
Man, at the end, I was down to either attacking or casting silence so she couldn't heal. Would that have worked?
I mean, possibly. It very well might have. But
I was debating between I wanted, if she had been a fiend, and Stan was looking at being badly hurt, I was going to try planar binding
Ooh.
interesting.
and have her
All right,
just,
everybody, we're going to go to the outro here. If y'all want to hang around, we'll chit chat after the recording, but we'll see y'all around. Thank y'all for watching. Do the YouTube thing, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz.
do it.
If anybody stuck around for 4 hours, I appreciate it. Thank y'all and have a great one. And I'll
Night,
talk
guys.
to y'all in just a
Night.
bit.